gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I am your host, Sean C. And in tonight's episode, we are going to review a clip or a small portion of a video that was done by Zoom to Thailand. Shout out to my dude, Richie Mac, out there in Thailand holding it down. To me, this was one of the best videos that he's made because this conversation tends to pop up again and again, right? We're talking about how modern women feel about men being passport brothers. And in a larger conversation, what's going on specifically in the Black community. So we have a lot to discuss today. I'm going to probably roll through some of this, but I do want to foster a discussion around this, which is why I only took about 5 minutes clips from Zoom to Thailand. Now, after this, I have to link the video, but you're going to want to go to Richie Mac's channel, excellent channel. Make sure you go subscribe. A lot of people have been having this conversation, and I want to talk about it. All right. So, additionally, something else that we're going to go over today is I have one comment that came from a recent video I made about what happens if men were to stop working or just, stop working for 7 days, what would happen? I got one question from that. And the other thing is another section that I'm adding today is I'm going to tell you guys a couple short stories about things that I've noticed throughout my week, right? Just little things that popped up that I've been noticing that I think kind of lends to this conversation, this overall conversation that we're having. Okay, so something a little different, but I promise you that what I've observed recently is pretty relevant. All right. So with that being said, let me see who's in here right now. Shout out to Rando Ganja. He says, Sean, what up, dude? Thank you for being here. I appreciate all you guys being here. We're going to get into the topic rather quickly today. Shout out to Beach Bum TV. He said, yo, thank you for being here, brother. I know you travel a lot, so I would definitely love to hear your thoughts on today's video. But before we get into the Richie Mac video, I have a video clip that I want to start out with. And this is a Black woman who is talking about she can see why men are sick of women in the United States. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let me know if y'all can hear it. Put a 1 in the comment if you guys can hear this.
You know what? I see why the fellas is mad at us. We used to do better. So I was talking to one of my homegirls not too long ago, and she tells me she's met the perfect guy, right? She's like, he's great, he's handsome, great job, all of that, right?
See, women give us crap about looking at, being attracted to women's looks. But at the same time, when they talk to each other, notice nowadays it's not about, he seems to have a great character, this, that, and the third. First thing that comes up is, he looks a certain way. He has a great career. He's making money, right? This is where modern women's minds go to. And listen, I get it. Women want to know that a man is doing well. If he's going to be a possibility in the future, she wants to know that you got something. But I'm saying that it's not, their reasons aren't for good reasons. It's about what can you do for them? What can you provide for them? What kind of lifestyle you can give them? But let's continue on with this video.
Oh, nobody's perfect, of course, but standard-wise, preference-wise, he met everything.
Okay, so I want you guys to listen to that, right? This dude checked all the boxes. Make sure you guys hit that like button, please. Do me a favor, make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't done it when you came in here. All right. So we have an instance where this woman says this man checks all the boxes. Notice that. Check all the boxes. Let's continue.
So then later on, she tells me, and she's like, oh, I dubbed him. He's just not right for me.
So this dude who was so perfect in the beginning, he isn't right now? Now he doesn't check the boxes? let's find out what happened. And maybe some of you guys could actually relate to what's about to happen next. Check this out.
And I'm like, well, what happened? Like, everything was good. Like, you were saying, like, this could have been future hubby. Like you was damn near on the right track for everything. Like, he was just matching up.
Okay. Sorry I keep stopping it, but I'm trying to make a point here, right? So he checked all the boxes. She was calling him future hubby. Future hubby. Barely know this dude and already looking, projecting ahead. And I've talked about this on this channel many times, right? Talked about this on the channel many times, how women will project what they see, what they want to see, right? They want to project the fantasy instead of actually trying to get down to the character of the man and get to build and foster a relationship. Now, I heard something recently where women will see you at 100 in the beginning, and throughout the time you're with them, you start losing and deducting points. Where for us men, we actually will look at and see that a woman's all right, and as we get to know her, she starts to grow, and that's how we start falling for them. So it's completely backwards the way men and women look at each other in terms of potential in the future.
You know what this woman tells me?
What'd she say?
She says his car is old.
His car is old, gents. Can't make it up. You can't make this up.
And I say, okay, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah.
She's like, well, he's been in his career for 10 plus years. He should have a brand new car. He should have something from this year. Like, why don't you have a more expensive car?
You see how superficial? You see how superficial these modern women are? This dude supposedly checked all the boxes to be a hubby, to want her to get someone that she wants to get married to. Yet and still, she curbed this dude who has a good career, who looks good, but his car isn't a newer car. See how superficial that modern women in the United States have become? Now, I'm bringing this all up because this conversation is important to the Richie Mac video clips that I'm going to show you here in a minute. So that's why I need you guys to bear with me on this conversation.
Sis, sounds like he doesn't have a car payment. Sounds like he doesn't have an extra $700-800 that he has to spend a month, or how much ever a car payment is. It sounds like he's saving up money. What's the problem?
Actually. All right, so I'm gonna leave this video there because he's gonna go into it. She's gonna talk about how she's not that type of woman, this, that, and the third, okay? But I thought it was important to start the conversation off with that video clip to show you how superficial that modern American women can be. I wanted to start this off because this is important to exactly what happens in the discussion in Richie Mac To Thailand's video, okay? So let me get ready to set that clip up because there's a lot to unpack in this video, a lot to unpack. And that's why I only took 5 minutes of it. Thank you, Richie Mac. This some excellent work there from To Thailand. Shout out to them, okay? So we're going to get into the next clip, or to the main clip of the night, if you will.
I wanted to interview her and ask her what her take was on being an attractive sister out here and what the attention was for her versus how it usually is in the Matrix. I asked KB to bring her over so I could talk to her, and KB brought the whole crew.
No, it's not that we don't want to support. It's even I encourage women, ask the males that you know, especially if they're married. If you have males around you that are married, talk to them. Ask them what they think about your point of views. Ask them questions, because to your point, and to Rich's point, unfortunately, in the black community, we have a lot of single-parent households, and the issue is a lot of women are talking to other women about what a man is or what a man is supposed to do.
Yeah, see, this man brings up a great point, talking about how women will talk to other women and then get advice from them or listen to what the group think is thinking, and that will inform their decisions. And what's even messed up is, gents, y'all know how many videos I go through, right? Y'all know that on this channel that I've gone through thousands and thousands of videos over the past 3.5 years in order to bring this channel to you guys. And there was something that I saw in a video, and I wish I was able to clip it, but it was that a woman could be feeling you as a man. She could be thinking that you're all good, but then she'll look at her girlfriends, and if her girlfriends say, hey, he ain't it, girl, I don't even know why you're looking at him. And then she will literally back off of wanting to talk to you and give you attention based upon what her girlfriends say, based upon what her girlfriends think. And there are a lot of modern women out there who find themselves lonely and single, going with the advice and listening to the groupthink of a bunch of other single women who don't mean them no good, who don't have their best interest in mind. And even worse, you have married women listen to their single friends or look at their single friends and think that life is better because they're single and she's in a marriage instead of catering to her husband. But we're going to see in this video clip, we're going to see this woman's husband, the main one that's doing all that flapping with her mouth, right? Talking out of her head, right? We about to see how her husband reacts in here too. Stay tuned to that. We're going to get back to the video though.
Instead of talking to a man and saying, hey, what do men really do? What are some of your likes and dislikes? We're the customer, the same way you're the customer. Some people more modern, some people more traditional. You have to be able to have that upfront conversation. Like my wife and I had a serious conversation. Here's my negotiables and here's my non-negotiables. It is not one size fit all. Yes. And I feel like that's one of the biggest issues in our community. I feel like men, we do a better job at talking to our female friends and asking questions. Hey, can you give me the female perspective on this? I don't know that enough black women do that. I don't.
Listen, before she gets in, let me back that up real quick. Just a little hair, okay? This man just said that we as men, we will talk to women, right? We will talk to the women in our life and talk about these things, have questions. When I was in San Antonio over the Thanksgiving holidays, right, over the last couple weeks or last few weeks, I talked to my mom. I talked to my sister. They know what I do on this channel. And we have these discussions. And, you know, my mom, she would like to see me do other type of content, but she also understands. My mom is actually pretty supportive of the channel because she knows that I am on this channel because I really want relationships to work out. Go look at my comments. For anybody who comes into the comments and says that they are happily married, I congratulate everybody, men and women, when they have long-lasting relationships. I say long-lasting, but they have stable relationships, because the lack of stable relationships is what's really tearing this country down. It is what's really making society start to fall into degeneracy like it is right now. And so until we start to really start trying to figure out each other's needs, and right now it's only one side saying, this is what we need. This is what we need. Because when we as men, we try to tell them, this man here was trying to explain to this woman how men will try to articulate to women, but they don't want to listen, or they'll listen to their girlfriends. Until we start having these hard conversations, you're going to get these reactions. Let me put the camera. Let me show y'all real quick. Look at her face. Look at her face. Hold on. Come on, cursor. Look at her. She ain't trying to hear this. She is not trying to listen. She trying to ponder, but all she heard, and I can guarantee this, all she heard is that men do a better job at asking women about these different issues, but women do not ask men. And he didn't even say just all men, ask the men that are in your family. Oh, wait, a lot of them don't have men in their lives like that. A lot of them don't have men in their family that they respect. So when he made that point, which was 100% accurate, look how she did her face. Look how she did her face. Before we get back into the video, let me see. Did my mouse? Man, I might have to change the battery on this mouse. There we go. Okay. XL Pro says hit the like button. Thank you very much. Please hit that like button and support the channel. I don't know how that brother deals with her. I don't either, brother. And Richie Mac is actually going to bring that up here in a little bit. Shout out to XL Pro. Preston, shout out to you, brother. Sup, Sean C, TSG, Uncut Homies. We are all in the house. Got some shout outs going on. There you go. Thank you, brothers, for shouting each other out. I appreciate it. All right, there you go. All right. Preston says this is exactly why they don't have a man. Yeah, well, this woman is married, and we're going to get into this in a little bit. Y'all got to bear with me. There's a lot to unpack, and we need to talk about it. So I'm sorry if I stopped the video. I will probably make a secondary video where we clip these and make this into its own shorter video, vice the live stream. But right now, I want to have this discussion with my gents in real time. Okay, we're gonna get back to the video.
Can you give me the female perspective on this? I don't know that enough black women do that.
I don't know. I just that's I don't know. First of all, I feel like you're kind of saying the same thing I said.
Yeah,
you always have a conversation about your expectations before you get into a relationship with somebody. Not only that, but you need to check in every 6 months because those things can also change.
Listen, I agree with her to this extent. I agree with her that if you're in a relationship, every so often you do need to talk about what's up for the next year. People will make New Year's resolutions, right? New Year's is right around the corner, like a little bit over a week and a half away, right? New Year's is a week and a half away, and people make New Year's resolutions to change their life and do better, but they won't sit down in their relationships and talk about, hey, what are our goals coming up for the next year? Since relationships seem to be so transactional nowadays, if you were in some type of business or some type of organization, you would have these talks. But the difference is everyone can't be chiefs, right? We used to say this in the military all the time. Everybody can't be chiefs. If everybody is a chief, if everybody is in charge, then no one is in charge. Do you understand what I'm saying? If everybody is trying to run something to the same level, then nothing gets done. And right now, a lot of modern women are trying to lead relationships, but they don't want to lead relationships. They don't. But they will try to put themselves in there. They will actually do what is most detrimental to the relationship, vice allowing that man to lead like he should.
It's not really a black or a white thing, and I need some more support because I know a number of black women who have been married and still single parents in their household.
I'm not looking for a man. Let's start there.
We not saying all men gotta do the dishes and wash the clothes and do everything. That's not what I'm saying, but some women need support in other ways. And it's not just going to work, come home, laying up, looking at TV and doing it all over again.
Now listen, I don't have a problem with women expressing that they need support. I don't. I think that is something that has been positive since olden times, where you do have situations where men are or need to support their woman, especially if their woman is supporting them. And it goes past monetary because women need that emotional support. They need that help sometimes. They get tired as well, especially if they're working. I agree with that, right? But even I've shown on this channel multiple videos, and you guys have seen it, where you will have a man who is going to work, who women will say is great with the kids, who helps with the housework, who cooks. Every man that I know cooks, right? Like all of my dudes, we know how to cook. All of my dudes who are out there successful, they're successful and they can cook. And then you got a bunch of women out here who can't even do that. So when we're talking about the modern man today, the modern man has been more accommodating than any time in the course of human history. And I have done so many videos showing that even when they say they have a good man, they still end up leaving that man. It's never enough for modern women. And that is the problem that a lot of men have with modern women today. Because I can do everything that you want me to do, but in the end, it still doesn't satisfy you. It still isn't enough. You still get bored. You still want to run the streets like a 304. You still want to run the streets like your friends do. You want to try to live a lifestyle like these Hollywood stars. Their lives are not real. They're not real like ours is. They live in their own little bubble. And we need to stop trying to compare ourselves to them. We need to stop thinking because we get 15 minutes of fame on YouTube and on Instagram and all these different things like that, or the OF women, just because you're getting all this attention does not translate into real life that most Americans are experiencing. And most women are experiencing it too. They just trying to put on a show like they're doing better than what they really are. But that's not the case. The stats don't even show that. Okay? The stats do show that women are doing better, but they're doing better in certain instances and not in the instances that count. Right? Still saying, shout out every 6 months. What are they? Parole officers? Yeah, listen. And that's the part, still saying that's perfect, because that's the part I did disagree with. It's like, check in. Check in. Like, yes, it's good to discuss the relationship and keeping the health of the relationship. I think that needs to happen in more relationships, that people need to talk about it, because that's what's happening. People aren't communicating. But the way she made it seem, the way she's talking about it, is like you got to check in with her to check in and make sure she's happy. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, these women want us to make them happy. And we can do that to them, like we can try to give them things. We can try to be there for them. We can try to talk to them. We can try to love on them. But in the end, no matter what we do, that woman has to be happy with herself. And a lot of women are living in delusion of what true happiness really is. Hence the video in the beginning where the woman said she had the perfect guy. He met all the things on the checklist. And then what happened? She got rid of him because he wasn't driving a newer car. This is what she staked finding a husband based upon. Can't make it up. Let's see what you guys got to say. Yeah, New Year's, fellas, protect yourselves at all times. They'll be handing out coupons just to draw interest. But when you pull up to the register, they switch up. This is, I talked about still saying how I'm going to tell a couple stories, things that I've noticed out in town, out in public, that I want to share with you guys. And he's absolutely correct. Modern women switch it up. And it's almost like you, as a man, you like, I don't even know what to do. You guys aren't consistent. And it's very confusing. So men would rather just, when it gets confusing like that, men don't have peace. And that's what we strive for. Still saying, Preston says, still saying, yo, bro, now it's a party. Just like they've monetized love and affection, it's time to put a fee on any assistance they may require. That might be a good case. There's no reason to help out modern day, strong, independent, don't need no man, narcissist women. Now, that's the thing. Preston, that's exactly it. And to my gents out there, to anybody that's watching, especially if you're a woman watching this, men don't want to help a woman that's strong and independent. When y'all say y'all don't need us, and that's going to come up in this conversation, but when y'all say y'all don't need us, or we choose to be with you, but we don't need you. Like, what man wants to stay around with a woman that he don't feel like needs him? We need the woman that support, right? We see all these lonely single men crying on the internet because they don't have love. We need that love. We need that intimacy. We need that affection. And any man who says they don't, that's cap. Yes, we can deal without it. But to say we don't need it as human beings, that's cap. Now, as men, we'll go without it, right? As men, we're built to go build a log cabin in the woods and just chill out the rest of our existence with a dog and a gun and living in a cabin. We can do that. We can do that. But that's not helping us right now. It's not helping us. Shout out to Ham's Flight Kit Box. Make sure y'all go check out this brother's channel. He said, "What's up, bro? Sean, what's up? Thank you for coming through, man. Thank you for supporting. Make sure y'all hit that like button when y'all come up in here." Let's get back to the video, please. See what this woman about to say. I'm going to back it up just so I can make sure I don't miss anything.
Just going to work, coming home, laying up, looking at TV and doing it all over again. Sometimes, some women are okay with that, and that's fine. If that is the life that you want to live, if that's your non-negotiable, and if you got to go to Thailand to find a girl that's going to do that, more power to you. But what's happening is now a lot of black women are just more willing to be single and deal with some shit that's on their non-negotiable list.
You heard that? Let me back that up. Right there. I'll put it right there. There we go. Y'all heard what she said? She said, and I'm not going to even use race in this because it's a modern woman thing, right? So even if you're white and you're listening to this, you're probably experiencing the same thing out there. But check it out. They would rather be single than to deal with what's on their non-negotiable list. And that's fine for women to have standards. If anything, when we talk about the behavior of modern women today, we're talking about some of these women's standards. They think they have standards, but they have no standards. Their standards is the same Chads, Tyrones, Pookies, and Ray Rays, and the same money thing, the same list, these lists that they make that a lot of them themselves can't even live up to. This is what we're seeing from these women today. And so they will shame you as a man because you don't meet their list. But these lists are not realistic. Again, they cannot live up to their own list if they had to flip that around. And what do they give to a man? Hence the reason why modern women can't answer the question, what do they bring to the table? Because they actually have no damn clue. They can't answer it because they don't care, right?
Negotiable list. So if I'm going to choose to be with somebody, either that person is going to bring me peace or he can get the hell on.
Did you hear that? Did y'all hear that? Either he brings me peace or he can get the hell on. Gents, I want y'all to ponder on that. And if there's any ladies listening, I want you to ponder on what she just said. Should you be, as a woman, looking for peace? Absolutely. I get it. We all want peace. But a lot of modern women today don't have peace, not because of some man. It's because of their own actions. It's their own delusional expectations, high, unrealistic expectations that you can't meet. It's just impossible to meet that. Like I said, it's impossible, but I'm saying at what cost? At what cost? It's going to cost the man his peace to try to bring her peace. And here's the thing. Even when you as a man do all of those things that this woman talked about to bring that woman peace, A lot of these women are so scarred and so traumatized. And they've done, and part of it is their own making because of their choices. And you try to bring her peace, but all she knows is chaos. So how can a man bring a woman peace who only knows chaos? Because soon as you bring her peace, she gonna peace out on you. She gonna get bored. She ain't trying to stay around. She ain't trying to stay around. As soon as it gets boring, she chooses chaos over peace. That has nothing to do with men. That has everything to do with the dysfunction that modern women have within themselves. And a lot of men are just getting tired of it. All right. Shout out to Black Drifter. Bro, what it boils down to, they don't really know what they want. Yeah, no, they don't, bro. They say they know what they want. They say they know what they want, but they don't. Because when they get it, they're not appreciative of it. Even when you give them the world, they are not appreciative of it, which goes to what Black Drifter said. They don't really know what they want. If anything, they're just trying to fill voids that they have within themselves. And that's the thing. We can't be mind readers to what they want, but that's what they expect. Thank you. Shout out to Black Drifter for coming through. Crazy thing is, they make lists for men they don't like. They can't just say no. Right. That's a good point. Never forget Chatty and Jody's Pookie's slurping cream cheese. Oh my God, Preston with the rhymes again. They bring one thing and they know they aren't good for anything else. Hint, she was born with it. Yeah, let's just, if y'all don't know what Still saying is modern women have reduced themselves to their holes, right? They've reduced themselves to what they were born with down below, right? They hole in their derriere, right? And their mouth, which, as you can see in the video that I presented to you guys, this woman here, look at everybody else. I want y'all to look back at everybody else on this panel. I'm gonna run it back just for a little bit. And I want you to look at everyone's reaction on the panel. They quiet. They're trying to listen. But this woman here came into this discussion with a bunch of animosity, and she came in with a bunch of chaos. And a lot of them do. That's why women get mad at content like this. And that's going to come up in this video. So please stick around for that, all right? And you're going to want to stick around to the end because I have 2 video clips. I don't want to just talk about this problem and not offer a thought, a choice, a potential solution to my gents if you're tired of the matrix. So I have 2 video clips at the end that I'm going to play that I want you guys to watch. And if you're a woman, I want you to watch this too. Because if you find yourself treating men badly, you find yourself disrespecting men, you find yourself getting loud and letting that mouth run, all I'm going to do is just show men another alternative. The women in other countries realize that they have competition and they treat their men as such, knowing how fierce the competition is. But we're going to talk about that toward the end of this live stream, okay? So you're going to want to stick around. There's a lot of good stuff we're going to get to today, okay? I read that. Okay, they get to step in. Okay, then get to step in, lady. Bye-bye, biche. Bye, chick. Bring her peace? No. I thought they understood that she is supposed to be the one bring something to a man's habitat. Shout out Patrice O'Neill. No. Absolutely. I was just talking in generalities, right? I totally agree with that statement. Ladies, if you want to really maximize what you get out of your man, not somebody else's man, not some ideal of a man. If you want to maximize what you get out of your man, bring him peace. Lift him up. Help support his dreams. Because if he blows up and you fostered a deep relationship and that man is of character and substance, then guess what? He gives it back to his family. But see, that's not what women want. It's like, give it to me now. I don't want to build with you. I want you to take care of my needs in the moment. Hence, the man that had all the qualities in the first clip I played, had all the qualities, had a great job. He was driving a used car, an older used car, and that man could have been saving his money. He could have been trying to build to have a bigger family. But modern women today are so materialistic, they just want to spend money. That's all they care about. And don't let me see y'all ass in church, right? Which I'm not going back to church, but don't let me see y'all ass in church praying to Jeebus, praying to dear sweet baby Jeebus, send me a man, send me my blessing. Y'all be in the man's church crying about looking for a man, crying to Jeebus about getting your blessing. And the whole time you could have had your blessing, and some of y'all women throw away your damn blessing with both hands. Y'all throw the baby out with the bathwater. And that's why men ain't going to church as much as they used to. You're getting exactly what you dish out, becoming what you eating. Exactly. Facts. We do it for our descendants. Yeah, absolutely, man. Look, a man of substance has a higher purpose. And him working hard for his family gives us that purpose that we need. Hence, on this channel, you will always hear me say, men, you need to know and seek out your purpose in life, because without it, it kills us. When we don't have direction and we don't have purpose, this is something that will take people out faster than anything. And if you don't believe me, look at a man who's been with a company or business 20 to 40 years, 20 plus years with the same company, and then he retires. And then they give him a toaster. Look at the mortality rate for men who retire and have no purpose. We die because we don't feel like we have everything we need. All right, let's continue this video.
Now, I gotta give her husband credit. He's a way better man than me. I couldn't have just sat there and let my wife talk like I wasn't even there and remain cool, calm, and collected like he did. He took it like a champ. Gentlemen, if you want to stay married to a matrix-minded woman, this is probably your best option. Let your woman talk her emotions out and let it go through one ear and out the other. Now, do I agree with that? Hell no.
Look, shout out to Richie Mac for that one, because he's absolutely correct, right? I'm going to put that right. Look at that face right there. Look at, gents, I want you guys to look at this man right here. I want you to look at this dude right here. Look at her face. Look how she looking at the other dude. Ready, just ready, just seething. Based on this topic, based on this discussion. She's basically spitting out all of her pain and her trauma from the past. And here it is. Y'all didn't even get to see it. But when this man was dapping off Richie Mac in the beginning of this video, which I'll link it at the end, when I get done with this, I'll put the link down in the description after this live stream. But this dude was smiling. He was all happy. Look at him now. He knows to keep the peace that he needs to be quiet. There's a saying, and you guys all know it. Happy wife, happy life. You ever heard of that before? And that's not even true no more. Because if I can tell you, if you pour in to these modern day women to make them happy, it's like basically pouring water into a river trying to fill it up. It's like you trying to pour water into a river to fill it up. Their emotions are constantly moving. Their emotions are constantly flowing. And you pouring water into their moving emotions does not make them love you more. It does not make them happier. Not until y'all get into the root of what that woman's issues are. This dude is being solid, yes, because he's keeping the peace. But if women want to have a happy life, the best way to do it is to make sure that you have a happy and satisfied husband. Because that makes us men want to pour into that woman more if she can give us that type of peace. If she can pour into us, that makes us want to do for y'all more. But when y'all start doing this, when y'all start disrespecting us, when we don't feel attention, affection, and loved and respected out of the top of them, the top of everything, just saying. Just saying. Most of the ninjas played that guy for them in high school. Yeah, absolutely. You wouldn't have that problem if you just stay single, smoke a big block with some Pringles. You mean pouring water down a drain? Well, you know what? I mean that too. Still saying, actually, that's probably a more apt description of pouring into these modern women today. It's like pouring water down a drain. A storm drain. Absolutely. We all know that happy wife, happy life is chickenish crap. Stop the cap. You're right. Your wife ain't happy till your life is crappy. Yeah. And look, and here's the other thing. It goes beyond that too, because misery loves company. Think about it. Let's just take men out of this. Think about modern women with their own girlfriends. If they have a girlfriend that becomes happier than them, they will smile on the outside, and then on the inside, they're going to want to do better than her. They're going to want that woman to not do as well as them. And I've been meaning to make a video on that. So let me get my pen out. That's a good episode. I think I already created a folder for it, but let me write this down. Let me write this down because I want to make sure that I make that video just to show how women they're not really happy for their friends. Like, they might derive some happiness from their friends, but there's very few genuine women out here who genuinely want to see their girlfriends do better than them. Pouring water down a gutter leads to a ditch. All right, let's get back to the video, you guys. I just want y'all to pay attention to the faces before we get to the next portion.
He did. He took it like a champ. Gentlemen, if you want to stay married to a matrix-minded woman, this is probably your best option. Let your woman talk her emotions out and let it go through one ear and out the other. Now, do I agree with that? Hell no. I don't know if you guys are paying attention or not, but if you watch the Thai woman, she looks a bit bewildered. I'm not sure if it's because she couldn't understand everything that was being said or if she was just trying to process. But this must have been like culture shock to her. Women in Thailand don't usually think like this. I don't need no man like my grandma did talking points. Most Thais think the opposite. They understand the importance of family and traditional structure. The younger one.
Now, before we get to that, before we get back to what he just said or go further, let me show y'all something. I'm going to play this back one more time. I want you to see something. As Richie Mac is discussing this, right? Let's do this. Let's do this right here. Now, that's a Thai woman in there, and I don't think that she looks this way because she hates men or she has a disdain for men. I think she looks that way because she can see. I'm gonna slide this a little forward. Bear with me, guys. Right? The whole time, look at this. Look at the woman that's been talking the whole time. Hell, look at the face of the woman next to her. That woman was smiling earlier when they saw Richie Mac. Like that was his friends. And then he just had met this one. And maybe this woman agreed with some of the points that woman is making, but this is a miserable experience for these women. That woman has her own husband. The woman in the blue, she has her own husband. And I think she loves her husband. But when she sees this is like, ugh. I can only imagine what that conversation was when she went home with her husband. But look, the whole time, this woman is just flapping her gums. Look at it. Just running that mouth. And look at their faces. Look at this. Look at their faces. And I don't really know what that Thai woman was thinking or feeling, but man, I mean, to see that, she had to be thinking this is wholly disrespectful. Wholly, like, look at this behavior. And we know that she's probably thinking that way because we see the videos of the Thai women making these videos about passport bros, and they express what they think about it, right? They express to us how they don't want to be disrespectful. They take and derive pleasure from making sure that their man is happy because in doing so, he takes care of her and that makes her happy. And it's a reciprocal relationship. Now, I don't know if I put this in the clips because we still have a little bit more to go. Oh, no, we don't have that much more to go. I think I cut out a lot, but in this discussion, the black woman that's in the orange, she is talking about, well, if they okay with just getting a little measly $200, shaming this woman right here on the panel. Or let's say panel, ain't no panel, it's a one-way discussion. Okay? But shaming this woman. Shaming this woman's culture right in front of her. Secrecy, jealousy, and commerce, bitchery take heave among fake sisters, hood crooks. Preston. She looks constipated from too much illiteracy, smoking loony nutty. She looks constipated. That's funny. All right, let's get back to the video.
I think the opposite. They understand the importance of family and traditional structure. The younger ones, maybe not so much, but Thai women 30 and up seem to enjoy traditional roles. This is why I love Thailand. This is why men travel here and never want to leave. We're in Thailand having the same exact conversation they're having in the Matrix. When you come out here, you're supposed to leave all that back at the airport. Why are Matrix women flying all the way out to Thailand? Is it because they want to enjoy the same peace the men do? Or is it to poison the minds of Thai women so they'll start thinking like Matrix-minded women out here and create division between the men and the women? We don't have to do the stuff like our grandparents did, but the grandparents stayed married. That worked.
They had to.
Right, but now that you guys have the choice, look how it's working out for you guys.
That's okay.
Listen. Richie Mac brings up a great point. Look how it's working out for you guys. You got all this freedom, but look how it's working out. Shout out to to Richie Mac, but shout out to the late, great Kevin Samuels because he talked about this. And I think I showed this in a clip last week where the young woman says, we got all this freedom, then why would we have need for a man? And that's it. Kevin Samuels said, clip it. Clip it. Because at the end of the day, these women aren't really happy. They aren't happy with themselves, right? Like in this freedom, they aren't really happy. You have more women that are on antidepressants. You have more women who going to therapy. You have more women who are feeling distraught or feeling distressed from working long hours, from trying to compete with men. That's not what was supposed to happen. This is not how it was designed. Only because of the advancements in society, in technological society, that we find ourselves in this exact situation right now. And when you want to talk specifically about the Black community, you are talking about Black women being the least married or are contributing to the highest rate of single motherhood. I'm talking about like it's not even close, right? Single motherhood rate is so high, it dwarfs the next like 5 to 10 countries in percentage-wise. We have an epidemic of relationships in the United States, in modern Western countries. So you can't tell me whatever this is that they're doing and whatever this freedom is that they have, that is working. And again, most men aren't trying to make women their slaves, quote unquote. We're not trying to do that. But modern women are choosing themselves, thinking about themselves. Instead of realizing I'm in a relationship, let me make my husband happy. Let me make my kids happy. Let me make sure that my family is good. This is not the mindset of the modern Western woman. Shout out to Above, Beyond, and Forever. Thank you for being here. They just can't stand to see us black men happy. Now they're following us to Thailand. What happened with Jamaica and the Bahamas? Isn't that their playground? Yeah, they up there looking. What was that? Stella got her groove back with Tay Diggs, right? That was their thing, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna find me one of these strapping young Jamaican men to lay that pipe on me, lay it down on me. But that comes up in this conversation. I hope I captured it because it looks like I thought I had a lot more clips in here, but I look like I must have cut some stuff out. But that's fine. I didn't want to go through. I want y'all to go to Zoom to Thailand's channel, and I want y'all to go watch his video. I just wanted to start the discussion here so that we can talk about these things. But let me get back to the video. Let's finish this out.
This is what I'm saying.
No, I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No, what you have to understand is that we are mad. I think that is the misconception.
I did leave this in here. I did leave this part where they're going to talk about black women not being mad. But let's hear this out.
We're mad at y'all because y'all not with us. I think that is the big disconnect here.
You said we're mad at you guys because
No, I think you guys think that we're mad at y'all.
Okay.
Because y'all ain't married us. And we not. That's my point.
Let me ask y'all a question, gents. Do y'all think that's cap or not? Do you think that they not mad because men aren't marrying them? What do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments below. Let's have a discussion about this.
We don't go.
Do you really feel that way?
Yes, we're not. Listen, all we say is leave us out of it. If you gotta go off and find your happiness somewhere else, go find it. Leave me alone though.
Let me stop that there. I know there's only. I'm gonna let it play out. And we're gonna talk about this.
Make a series about why American women are horrible, and why American women are bad, why black women are bad. Like, just go off and do your damn thing.
Let me put this right on her face. Right there. That'll work. That'll work right there. All right. She's saying that black women are not mad that men are going off. And sorry to my white brothers out there, but this is still pertinent to you guys too, right? Because it's not just black women complaining about the passport bro movement. Women in general are mad that men have found other options. Women in general are mad about it, but she says they're not mad about it. She's saying they're mad that men like Richie Mac, channels like, MTR, and channels like, to some extent, sometimes O'Shea, different Manosphere Highlights Daily. Shout out to all these channels, right? They're saying that why are we making series talking about this? Shout out to, Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders. Shout out to them. Shout out to my brother over at Kings and Dreams, right? Shout out to all the content creators that actually talk about these issues, right? Shout out to QB Passport Flexing. Shout out to all these people, man. Because we out here making this content, and they say they're sick of hearing us talk about it, but we made these channels and these series for us to be able to talk within ourselves. We made all these type of channels for us to be able to discuss the behaviors that we are seeing, not just to quote unquote bash these women, but for us to be able to, for us as men to give each other tea, to give each other coffee, if you will, give each other game, right? That's what we used to say back in the day. Put each other on game about what's happening out here in these streets to keep each other informed. And they just don't want to hear about it. Now, let me tell y'all something that happened right as I was recording this. Can anybody in the chat right now, guess which movie promotion came on as I was recording this? I screen captured this. Can y'all tell me which movie is coming out here? Or I don't know if it's out now, but There's a movie coming out real soon. Can y'all tell me what came out as I was listening to Richie Mac's video? Anybody know? Let me know down in the chat below. What movie is coming out right now that you think was the advertisement on Richie Mac's video talking about this stuff right now? Boom, Still Saint got it. 100 points, the Still Saint. The Color Purple. Can't make it up. I cannot make it up. Let me do something real quick. I didn't get the whole thing. 1 second, you guys. Let me see if I captured it. 1 second. This is the full video. I clipped it down to 5 minutes. Let me see if I can find it. Boom. Right here, gents. Check this out. You can't make
This
this up.
music is timeless. This story is forever. Something about women of that era. It's time I be free from you.
Now, I don't want to play it too long because I don't want to get hit for the music or anything that's in that movie. Bro, you can't make it up. You cannot make it up that I saw an advertisement for The Color Purple while I was recording this. And I wish I thought I hit record to catch the beginning part. But when you look at this new version of The Color Purple, yes, it might be great because it's a musical and all the great actresses and actors that are in this upcoming Color Purple. And don't get me wrong, I grew up watching The Color Purple. I love to quote The Color Purple, and so do me and my boys, right? We find it hilarious. You told Harpo to beat me. I had to fight all my life. I had to fight my daddies. I had to fight my brothers. Lord, girl, child, girl, Lord, child, girl, Lord, sir. Lord, girl, child ain't safe. You need to go ahead and bash Mr. over the head and ask for forgiveness later. Me and you, us never part. Who know what I'm talking about? Who know what I'm talking about? But if you heard and seen the scenes that they picked to start off the movie, this is literally an feminist girl power commercial. This is an advertisement, and it is targeted. This is a targeted thing. And guess who's the one who's producing this? Who's producing this? Y'all already know who's producing it. Harpo. Harpo. Y'all know what Harpo spells backwards. Okay? This is a Harpo production, you guys. And listen, us men aren't against women finding their strength and being the best version of themselves. But at some point, we have to ask ourselves, is what we're seeing from modern women, even the successful ones, really the best version of what those women could be? Are they really being genuine to themselves? And now we got this propaganda-ass movie that's about to come out, and all it's going to do is serve to put a further divide between men and women, and particularly black men and black women, all right? So, Juju, shout out to you, brother. Thank you for being here. Damn, she let anybody else talk besides the host? The only two people, first that man, the dude to the, Juju, the first thing was the dude to the far left started off the clip. Then the woman took over. And then at some point, Richie Mac finally, like double dutch, where you got to like time it and jump in the rope. Richie Mac was playing double dutch over there, had to jump in the rope when he can get in, and then he finally started asking some questions. And listen, I have more of this video clip. If you guys want to see a little bit more, I'll play a little bit more, but I have a couple other clips that I want to run past you guys real quick. We can get back into this video, but I want to make sure that I capture, I want to make sure I catch everybody early on. you guys that stayed longer, you guys are my diehards, you guys are my gents, and I want to thank you guys for that. And while we're on that topic, again, I want to say shout out to everybody on this channel for us reaching 15,000 subs. I've made some videos that are for members only, and and starting off at the low price of $4.99 a month, right? Like, that's one super chat, that's one cash app that you guys give. I would rather you guys become members of the channel. Now, right now, we don't have any members, but again, if you want to become a part of the gents for $4.99 a month, I'm going to put out special videos that won't be seen, right? And I'm going to continue to make them, right? I'm juggling 2 channels right now, but I do want to make some content for more member content. So consider becoming a part of the gents memberships, okay? The other thing is, check out the new channel, TSG Reacts. And I wanted something lighthearted. I wanted something funny, and that's why we did it. So I want to thank everybody for being here. Make sure y'all hit that like button when you come in here, and we're going to get right back into this topic. I'm going to get a couple more comments, and we're going to get to the next video, okay? Color Purple remake, just let the movie die already. Hollywood keeps making remakes, for real. The FBI and DHS have put money into counter red pill media. Oh, still saying I almost did a video about that. Do I have a clip? I might have a video clip about that, but that's why I'm very careful about what I say on the channel, because listen, at the end of the day, if you guys really have listened to what I've said, I'm not angry at women. I feel like I say this every week on the podcast, on the live stream, that I'm not angry at women. I'm not mad at women. I'm not bitter at women. I don't care. And I don't want you guys to be mad at women. I don't want you guys to be bitter at women. I don't even want you guys to avoid dating. But if you choose to do so, I'm 100% in your corner, just like I'm 100% in everybody's corner that's married. I want you guys to be aware of the behaviors so that you can make smarter choices going forward. What I don't want you to do is become anti-women incels that hate women, because that doesn't help you, and it doesn't help this discussion, and it doesn't help the cause. But if you choose to be alone and you want your peace, 100% agree. I will rock with y'all regardless. But what I will not rock with is us being like deliberately hateful and vengeful because of what a woman may have done to us. Because I'm going to tell you guys, if anybody has a reason to hate women and be vengeful against them, it would be me. But I'm not. And I don't plan on ever being that, because I'm not going to let the bad women of my past or the modern women that I meet out when I'm meeting people out in town, I'm not going to let them stop me from being who I am and from getting to where I'm trying to go. Because I guarantee you, let this channel blow up. Let my next channel blow up. When I start putting all these other little projects out and you guys start to see it and those things start to grow, I don't want to hear crap from any of these women about, oh, you're looking good now. Like, I don't want to hear it. If you ain't rocking me right now, I don't want to hear anything from you. I'm cutting everybody off that didn't rock with me when I needed you the most. Best believe that. And if y'all haven't done that yet, you should do it too. But I don't want y'all to hate women, okay? I think that movie will flop after the first 2 weeks. It may be done. Actually, let me keep you up on the screen above, Beyond and Forever. I think it's going to do well with a portion of the Black audience. I think it will. I think people that are nostalgic of the movie are going to want to see the new rendition of it. I think women will flop. Black women will flop to it. I think what's going to kill this movie is, I believe you're going to have men like myself who, as much as I used to enjoy The Color Purple when I was growing up, but now I look at it in a totally different light. Listen, I don't agree with Mr. Dead to Sealy. I don't agree with that. But what I'm going to say is, this is the last movie that we need out right now This is the last movie we need out right now. This is only going to serve to divide us even further. So I'm not going to go watch it. As much as I might get nostalgic, I'm not going to go watch it. And I think you're going to have a number of men, especially that are exposed to this community, that are not going to want to watch it either. And then the other portion is there are countries that don't want to see black actors, right? Look what they did to old boy in Star Wars, Finn. You all may not like the newest Star Wars movies, but when the first of the newest Star Wars movies came out, and I saw the black dude, I can't think of his name, but that, you know, he's been in a lot of movies lately. They cloned Tyrone. He was in that, right? If y'all know what his name is. They had him up on the billboard poster, and then when they sent it over to like China or Japan, I don't know which one, they shrunk his face and put him way in the background. Or when they had the Avengers movie poster, right? And they had like, you know, the black characters in there, they shrunk their face down because their audience don't want to see black men or black people in these starring roles. They don't care. And I believe this is what's going to kill that movie from having a worldwide appeal. And I don't think, because Oprah has so much money, I don't think she really cares anyway. A billboard ad for narcissist women truly sad. Yep. The TSG villains trout mouth heathen Steven. I haven't said that yet today, huh? I'll say that. I'll make sure I bring that up sometime later today, Preston, about that. XL Process, spot on. Thank you very much. Messed up what they did to Jonathan Majors. Oh, well, that was supposed to be the other thing I was going to talk about in today's live stream. I'm hesitant to make a video on it because whenever I make a video on stars, it doesn't get the support. I have 15,000 subs, and I can't manage to get more than 400 of you guys to watch videos when I talk about stars. So I said that wouldn't stop me from making videos. However, why? I'd rather talk about it here. So we can talk about the Jonathan Majors thing, but let me finish getting through the rest of today's topic, and we can jump into the Jonathan Majors thing because I think it's very important to this exact same conversation. All right. Now, what I want to show you guys is I don't want to leave you guys in despair. I said I don't want us to hate women. I want you guys to work on yourselves, just like I've worked on myself, right? Myself, all my inner voices and shit, right? But when I tell you guys about working on yourselves, when I talk about being on your purpose, like I work on myself, man. I work on the business things I'm trying to do. I work on my fitness, right? I work on my health. I work on my state of well-being, man. And I'm not telling y'all to do anything that I'm not trying to do. So I want to leave you guys with some hope. I can say leave you guys with some hope, but I want to give you guys some hope. Just something for you to think about, especially you guys who says, I'm just kind of done. I don't want to date no more, blah, blah, blah. I just want to give you guys some hope, okay? That's what this next video clip is. I want y'all to see this real quick. I saw this, and I find this very interesting. Check this out. Check this out.
Black in Taiwan.
My way to the ferry. Okay. Hi. Take a photo. You guys want to follow me? Yeah. All right, cool. Okay. It was YouTube. Oh, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Okay. All right. Cool.
Man, look, let me tell you something, man. I think that because I've been in that situation when I lived in Mexico, not necessarily like this, but when you carry yourself well, when you take care of yourself, you're very respectful and nice. This is the way you get treated, man, especially when you break the stereotypes. Unfortunately, when you're a black man, there's a bunch of stereotypes that go along with being a black man, and there's a lot of weight. I remember when I went to the military, and I was in my engineering schools, And I remember meeting people in my engineering schools who were from different parts of the country. In some of those parts of the country, they had never seen a black man before. So at 19 years of age, I had that huge weight on my shoulder of representing my whole race. How many of you guys have been through that? Any of you black dudes that's in the chat right now, where you've come across people that have never met black people before, and you were the representative of your whole race. And I thought about that. I've thought about this a lot over the years, actually, but really and truly, I understood the gravity of it. I understood the importance of it at 19, but the gravity of it was a lot for me to absorb. Now I've met people from all over the world, from all walks of life. I've been all over this country. I've been to 40 of the 50 states, 5 cross-country road trips, hundreds and hundreds of cities. I've been to the top fun cities in this country. Okay. And I got a chance to go to a few countries, right? I still need to go to more, but I've been to a few countries, right? And to be the representative of your race is a huge responsibility. Now, I'm getting to a point on this, gents, and I want you guys to hear me. The way I was treated when I lived in Mexico, I'm lost for words, man. And I'm grateful to the people that I got to know in Mexico that treated me like I was family, familia, right? They treated me like I was family, and I'm grateful. And I've also told you the story about how I was in Mexico and they let me into this club because I was filming in the club. And so they let me get in for free. And there was a group of black women that was in this club. And while they were in the club, they didn't look like they were having a good time. They didn't look like they was having fun. And it just blows my mind because you were there with your group of girlfriends. Why aren't you all having fun within each other? What are you expecting? People are attracted to positive energy. I've learned this from meeting people from all over the country and different parts of the world. Okay. When I lived in Hawaii, people would come from all around the world to visit Hawaii. I've met tourists from so many places. When I lived in Seattle, I've met tourists from so many places. When I lived in New York, I met people from so many places. Okay. I've lived in 10 states, you guys. So I've been to 40. I've lived in 10. Okay. I've lived in 25% of the states that I've been to. So when I see these women, and let's get back to the Richie Mac video, Zoom to Thailand. When these women leave the matrix and decide they want to come to a place like Thailand where everybody's just cool, the part of the video that you guys missed in the beginning of Richie Mac's video was how he met that woman in the first place, the one that was on the panel. He was going around this bar that he was, told them that he would come visit because it's a grand opening. And he was just saying, Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Dapping off the brothers, Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, sister, Happy Thanksgiving. Richie Mac was nothing but respectful in that video the whole time because that's just who the hell Richie Mac is. And then to get to this same conversation where it's like, we don't want to hear what y'all got to say. We don't want to hear you talk about women over here in this country. We don't want to hear how better the women are over there. Don't listen. Listen, if you don't like this channel, don't listen to it. Don't leave a negative comment. Just go. Unsubscribe. Leave a dislike. Leave a thumbs down. Please leave a thumbs down. Leave a thumbs down, please. And then unsubscribe. Like, leave the thumbs down and then just leave. That's all you got to do. When I don't like something, I don't watch it. When I don't want to do something, I don't do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? This ain't made for y'all. So I wanted to show y'all this video, but I have one more. I got more for you guys. I got a little bit more, and I'm gonna get to y'all comments. Okay, let me get that off of the screen so I can get the next video clip up. This one I was gonna make a separate video on. I actually recorded a video while I was in San Antonio that I was gonna talk about this, but I'm actually glad that you guys are here because I want to show it to you guys. Okay.
Young men can get a wife without spending a penny. As soon as a young man arrives here, the girls will approach him and offer themselves. Since the local girls are in their youth and desire to have their own love, they surround any man they see trying to sell themselves. This is the largest bride market in Laos, where the girls don't ask for dowries, houses, or cars. They even offer themselves for free just to get married.
Did you hear that? Gents, did you hear that? These women in Laos, right? And I'm not saying you got to go to Laos. I'm just trying to show you guys that there are still women out there in the world that realize that this is a competition. And they're going to talk about this in the rest of this video. But these women don't care about money as much as they know what it looks like to be alone. They want to have their own husband. This brings them pleasure and this brings them joy. But if you let these matrix women talk to them, especially if you bring a woman here, don't do that. But if you bring a woman from over there here or from any of these countries and bring them here, oh, well, you just want them to be a slave and indoctrinate them. No. Everything that I've seen, for the most part, I'm not saying all, there's always exceptions to the rule. But a lot of the men that actually wind up finding girlfriends and wives, they treat these women very respectfully. Right? One of the things that women from other countries love about us Americans is that we treat them, in some cases, better than their own men do. We treat them with more affection and more reverence for what they actually bring to the table. And they appreciate it. But these women here realize that it is a competition. And women in the United States have ruined the dating market and relationships in the States. So if your iPhone became $3,000 to buy an iPhone, it might even cost that much. I have no clue. Let's say it became $10,000 to buy an iPhone. Some of you all may still go try and buy that iPhone. Some of you all will figure out a way to get the 10 grand payment plan to pay for a $10,000 iPhone. But the market dictates that iPhone would lose a lot of customers because people are going to realize the price isn't worth it. So what are they going to do? They're going to find better alternatives to the iPhone in that scenario. That's why men are leaving. That's why men are getting their passports. That's why men are done. Shout out to you, Anon. Said greetings to all. Thank you for being here, brother. I'm going to read y'all comments. Let me finish this video up because I want to know your thoughts on all this, and I want to get back to talking about this subject.
There are so many girls here, but hardly anyone is interested. To expedite their marriages, local villagers host grand bride markets every 2 days. These girls meticulously dress up to find their life partners as soon as possible. In just 2 years, they've captured the attention of boys from neighboring villages who forcefully want to take them home. Most of these men already have families, and even though the girls are sweet and beautiful, there aren't enough takers.
There aren't enough men. And if the women think that this is just a problem in Laos or whatever Asian countries, this is not just a Laos problem. This is a problem here in the United States. Even for the type of men that these women want, there aren't enough men. There are plenty of good men. There's enough of them, but they don't want that. They all want the same dude. So modern women are actually okay with having and sleeping with the same men. These are the higher standards that you have, ladies. Oh, you have the choice. It's your choice to give all your best years to men who don't give a crap.
Many men travel from afar hoping to find a wife, but there are still many attractive and virtuous girls who can't get married. Every year, a large number of baby girls are born here, with a gender ratio of many girls to very few boys due to genetic factors. The men here don't face economic pressure, and wives often work to support the family if needed. They don't demand dowries or houses. If a man likes a girl, he can take her home, and the girl will wholeheartedly follow her husband. The men make most decisions at home, and the women handle household chores during the day and learn together with their husbands at night. The girl in front of you is already 23 years old and hasn't found a match yet.
In these countries, in some of these countries, 23, 24, 25, they're used goods. Have y'all seen that documentary on China where the what is it called, the used women, or the there's a name for it, unwanted women or something like that? This is a thing because men want to have their own wife, and they want young, pretty women. They want they want the virility, and they want that feeling that it has when you're with a younger woman. A younger woman can make an older man feel young. A younger woman can give an older man more years. This is why, and then the thing is, when you're an older man, yeah, you might deal with an older woman and she understands because she's been through life and stuff, and that might work out in some cases, and I'm for it if you find it. But a lot of women in these modern Western countries are damaged. They're broken, and when you try to heal them, they will suck everything out of you, and they'll still end up leaving you.
She frequents the market every day, but there are numerous fair and beautiful girls like her, making competition fierce. Even if a girl offers 2 houses as a dowry, it's difficult to find a husband. The men here can inherit all of the women's family property, and the girls bear the entire cost of the wedding. They agree to any requests from the men. These girls dress up meticulously, wearing colorful clothing to win the hearts of the men, but many of them are taken away by other girls before they even reach the men. After learning about this, are you envious? If you were here, how many wives would you marry? Would you?
How many would you marry? Oh, that's funny. All right, let me get back up on screen. I wanted to show you guys this because I don't want you guys to completely. I understand you want your peace, and I understand that you don't want to deal with modern women. I get it. But you guys, some of you guys need to sharpen your skills. If you don't use a skill, it atrophies. It will. And especially as you get older, right? Like when I was leaving the military about 6 years ago, I was still able to dunk a basketball, right? And I was in my late 30s, right? I was about to be 40. So I could still dunk a basketball. 6 months after I got out of the military, I tried to play ball, and I could barely touch the net. When I went to Mexico, I played ball against them. I couldn't touch the net. It just so happens that I was just tall enough, right? I'm 6'4", so I was still able to swat their balls away like I was Mutombo. So funny. But those skills are gone now, okay? I'd have to work really hard to be able to dunk a basketball again at this age, if I would ever be able to do it again. If I'd ever be able to do it again. And why? I have too many injuries now, man. My knees, my back, my feet. I have too many injuries. And that's what's going on with men today, man. A lot of men have these injuries from the past. They've been injured by the women that they've had in their lives. And now they just don't want to deal with it. They just don't want to deal with it. So I played that last video clip because I wanted you guys to get an idea that there is hope, that there is out there. And that's why dudes are grabbing their passports. Okay? That's what the powers that be want for us to be fighting with each other, especially black men and black women. Unfortunately, you have some black women falling for this crap. That's exactly it, Black Drifter. And that's kind of like, I hope that's come across in my videos, but I know I've said that there is an agenda out there. And when you have the movie like The Color Purple coming out, it's only going to further serve to divide us even more. If you can't stand the truth heat, get out of the kitchen beach. And then again, shout out to Anon. Thank you for being here, brother. I'm not paying 10K for a useless tool when I can invest my money on something worthwhile. Well, I just told you that there are more out there. Anon, it's been a while since we chatted. How you living, pimping? All right, talk to each other. It's called Used Goods Under the Neighborhood. Leftover women. That's right. Thank you so much, brother. Leftover women. That's what they're called. Yep. We don't need leftovers from broken lovers. No, we don't want that. Yeah, Anon has been traveling a lot. I think you told me that, Anon. So I'm glad you dropped in for tonight's live stream. Don't ever say you can't do something. We all surpass our own limits to greatness. No, you know what? And I hope I didn't say that. I really don't feel like there's nothing I can't do. You can ask my daughters. I tell them all the time, like, yo, there is nothing I can't do. Now, we'll get back into the Zoom to Thailand video if you guys want to hear that. But I want to bring up something to you guys. I have a couple things that I noticed this week. I won't be long-winded on it, but I do want to know what you guys think about it, right? The first story of the day I want to tell you guys about is literally right across the way from me. There's some, I'm talking about like the apartment right across from me. There's some kids that come outside and play. It's about 4 of them, could be 5. I don't really know how many kids at this point. And the other day, I was actually editing a video. So whatever one of my last videos you saw, one of my edited videos, I was editing that video and I heard a loud bang hit my front door. So I looked like this. I got up. I kind of peeked through the window to see for a second because I don't want nobody try to bum rush me in the house, right? So I peeked out the window and I saw a bike laying down right in front of my door. So I open the door, I look down at the bike, I look across, there's a little girl who's on her tablet across at my neighbor's house, right? And I say, hey, the little girl turns around and is like, hey, whose bike is this? Oh, that's my sister's bike. I said, you need to tell your sister to get her bike off of my front porch. And then, not to scare them, because I wanted them to get the damn bike off my porch, I closed the door, locked the door. They got the bike off the porch. And I thought to myself, back in the day, when we as kids weren't doing, I'm Gen X, right? So when we as kids weren't doing what we were supposed to be doing, our neighbors would say something. Our neighbors would yell out and be like, hey, what you doing over there? Come here real quick. I'm going to tell your mom. Don't you do that no more. You got correction from other people. And all I could think about later on was, what if that mom would have popped her head out the door? Would she have told me not to tell anything to her kids? I'm not saying she would have, but it's a thought. Or would she have said, hey, you need to apologize to that man over there? Which answer do you think I would have got? Which scenario do you think would have played out? And the thing is, these kids are outside. I think the oldest, none of them, like maybe the boy looks to be about 9, 10 years old, and every other kid is younger than that, okay? These kids are outside at night. It's cold outside, right? Like right now, it's about 66 degrees right now in Las Vegas. And then the low tonight is going to be in the 40s. Now, at about the time that these kids be outside at night, say like 8, 9 o'clock at night on a school night, they might be off of school right now. But I'm saying these kids be out on school nights outside, just all this noise, right? Making a whole bunch of noise. Rocks, we got not a lot of grass here because it's the desert, right? So we got all these rocks. And these kids got the rocks everywhere. Their scooters and their bikes are just laying in the middle of the path, the walk path that we all got to get to our apartments at. These are all things that are happening right now. And I almost yelled at those kids for all of that. And I think the security dude must have said something to him because it was actually completely clean, swept up, chair. They had a chair that they keep on their porch was in the middle of the thing. They even moved my chair around a little bit. This is Winning, ladies? This is winning to you guys? Being a single mother of 4 kids? Maybe you got she have a couple people over, couple dudes over, friends. You got all those kids in the house. Is this winning? Is this what we want for our children? Is this healthy for them? Anyway, just a thought. Just a thought. I just wanted to put that out there. Shout out to Alexander. He said, TSG, what's up? I don't see what the symbol is, but hey, I appreciate you for coming through. Thank you. Let me get back up here. Don't ever say you can't do so. I already read that. Hell yeah, that's what we're here to listen to. All right, appreciate you, man. Thank you. TSG, that community influence is gone. Remember the dance teacher? Oh, yes. Yes, the dance teacher. Yes. She cried about it, man. She cried about how she was telling that she was 22 years old, still saying. I think she's about 22, 23 years old. And she's younger than my own daughters, right? And this woman was trying to correct this little girl, and she didn't want to listen. And then she decided to go talk to the mom. And then the mom was like, well, she told you she didn't want to do it. Why are you going to make her do it? See how disrespectful this is? Instead of letting her daughter, her kid, I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, but instead of letting them get that correction, these women will basically scold the adults trying to teach their kids how to conduct themselves. Because if these same kids can't conduct themselves now, there's a very high chance that they're going to end up in jail, or they're going to end up a statistic. Or for the little girls that are across the way, they're going to end up pregnant. I grew up in the hood. And I can tell you that I've seen some of the choices. I have the hindsight of time to be able to look back and see some of the choices that were made by the young women in the hood, the young girls in the hood who got pregnant very young, who ended up being mothers really young, daughters in them damn near the same age. I've seen it. I know what that path looks like. And this is what modern women are choosing to do. Anan says, I really do not have time for girls and women, only if they are on the same page with me, etc. And that's exactly what you should be doing, right? Alexander says, salute, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, them bad kids weren't listening. I remember that. That was sad. Yeah, it is. It is. So that was my first story. I want to know, very quick, let me get above beyond. Notice how the black woman keeps getting pregnant from the same types of dudes they complain about. Yeah, we talk about that all the time on this channel. And that's why I bring up these videos. That woman in Richie Mac's video said, we're tired of hearing about this. Well, maybe you should listen to it. Maybe you guys should stop ignoring it because you don't want to hear it. First of all, we're not making this content for you. But I do make this content for women who want to listen, who want to hear what men are thinking. You want to get a man? Listen to what we're saying. And then become that woman. We're not saying you got to be a slave to get with a black man or get with a dude, period. We're saying if you listen to what we're saying, what we're looking for, it's not hard. They think it's hard. It's hard to listen to your man because they thrive in chaos and disobedience. They don't want to take direction from a man. That's hard for them. But when you really get down to it, between men, what women want and what men want, it's easier to please a man than it is to please a woman. And that's facts. Okay? Pregnant and barefoot with Pookie's baby. Shake my effing head. You're right. My second story to you guys tonight. I went out to the bar I used to bartend at. I go to check them out every Monday, every other Monday, say hi to my friends, sit, have a beer or two, and then I go home, right? I decided to stop at a local bar right down the street from me. And it was all Christmas themed. A lot of people in it because there was Christmas parties and stuff going on. It was actually kind of cool. for a little bit. Then it just died out. Okay. There was a young girl. She said how old she was too. She said, she told somebody, I'm 23 years old. So this was a 23-year-old girl, right? And she was talking to a group of people, and she said, particularly some girls and I guess a dude or two. And I think those dudes were kind of like, they were in that community, right? The LMNOP community. Okay. And she said that, man, I'm looking for me some D tonight. I want some D tonight. And she must have put herself and put that energy out there, because what happened after she said that was nothing short of what you would expect. When I was a kid, we used to play in ant piles, right? And, you put a stick in it and watch the ants go crazy. Or you take a little piece of bread out and you throw it in the ant pile and you see the ants pile on a piece of bread, right? Or you stir up the ant pile, throw the bread on there and watch them destroy the piece of bread. When she said, I'm looking for D tonight, this 23-year-old young lady, I swear the dudes that swarmed on this young lady, and she had people in mind. And some of these dudes, she obviously just didn't even care. The attention that this young lady was able to amass just from saying that. Whoa. Now, do I blame the guys in the bar for hearing that? And she wasn't bad looking either. She was cute, right? I give her about a 6.5 maybe on cuteness. I don't blame the men for swarming on that. But when you saw how many guys swarmed on it and the way they did it, right? Like the ants that swarm on the piece of bread when you throw it in the ant pile. I was like, this is really sad. Because I've seen women kind of put out there that they put the women that put themselves out there, but there was some type of decorum to it, how they would come and slide in. But this looks like, to me, when women are on Instagram and then they on them live streams or the TikTok live streams, and they got all these dudes hearting them and giving them gifts and, giving these busted ass women gifts. I couldn't help but think that's what it looked like to me. But it looked like in real life that was happening. Men, make sure you got some standards for yourself. Just because a woman sits there and say that she want to get D'd up and she puts it out there, like what woman, self-respecting woman, says that out loud? We know women think it, and that's not a bad thing, but who says it out loud like that? I wouldn't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. That was a red flag. And if you're a dude that can't see that, I don't know what to say for you, man. I got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. All right? I'm going to get a couple of your questions. And then I got one more quick little thing, and we'll get into the next portion. Where we at? Facts. She wants to know about men. Ask one. Oh, yeah. Yep. It's like that woman who thinks 3 times 3 is mine. Or 9. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, you hear the stories. Yep. She's looking for a disease on Itchy Scratchy Street. Leftover women. Yep, that's what it's called. Thank you. Sounds like a 6 behavior. Yeah, no, it's probably 5 behavior, actually. You know what I mean? Blue pill sharks and a feeding frenzy on Shark Week. That's exactly what it was. She could be, positive. Yep. Hey, 304 says things like that. 304s at least get paid. Alexander, you on it, brother. I appreciate that, man. All right. The last thing is, let me see real quick. I saw this pop up on my phone. Let me see what this headline is from first. U.S. Weekly. All right. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna find this real quick, gents. So please bear with me. Okay. But in US Weekly, this popped up on my phone right before the live stream. Right here. I'm about to pull this story up and I'll put it up on screen for you guys to see. This just popped up on my phone. Look, it's amazing to me how much stuff popped up as I started talking about this subject. But I get a lot of alerts to my phone. So I want you guys to see this. This article by US Weekly is about Cameron Diaz. And Cameron Diaz says something. I haven't read the article. So let's see what she says. I don't want to say something that may not be true. But when I saw this headline, this just shows how deep this problem goes in our society. I want y'all to check this headline out. Cameron Diaz wants to normalize married couples having separate bedrooms or even separate houses. This is what's just popped on my phone right before the live stream. Like, why are we doing this? All right, I don't want to put words in Cameron Diaz's mouth. Let's see what she got to say. It says Cameron Diaz wants to normalize separate bedrooms for married couples. She might be on to something. She might be on to something. Let's see who wrote this article. Laura Rizzo. Why did I not know it was a woman who was going to say that she might be on to something? Diaz, 51, reflected on what she previously thought was her dream cohabitating situation during her appearance on Tuesday, December 19th episode of Molly Sims and Amise Gromley's podcast. Okay, got all these people going on these podcasts, man, and they just putting, especially these women, just putting this stuff out. She says, to me, I have my house, you have yours. We have the family house in the middle. I will go and sleep in my room. You go to sleep in your room. I'm fine. Diaz said after one of the ladies said her husband snores. And we have the bedroom in the middle that we can convene in for our relations. This got a huge rise out of the host and Diaz's Aveline wine business partner, Catherine Power, who was also a guest on the podcast. On the episode, the ladies erupted with their thoughts, even joking, what the hell? Even joking that Diaz shouldn't have publicly shared her take on marriage. No, she shouldn't have shared this because this is destructive, man. This is very destructive. Check this out. She said, I've already said it. Diaz shrugged before noting her opinions have changed. By the way, I don't feel that way now because my husband is so wonderful. I said that before I got married. Man. Let me see if I can find she said that before she got married. Before she got married. Let's do the Rasputia face. Before she got married, gents. Let's see what else it says real quick. Diaz married Good Charlotte guitarist Benji Madden in 2015, and they welcomed their daughter Radix in January. The other woman actress isn't shy about the fact that Madden, 44, changed her outlook on life. So she married younger. She was able to find her a young dude. She said, marriage was the biggest thing I've done in my 40s, and it opened me up in different ways. It's pretty awesome. I didn't think it was something I'd do, and I don't know if I'd have done it if I hadn't met my husband. It was a surprise. Now they talked about who Diaz dated. Everything else just washes and slips away, she told Andy Cohen during a 2016 interview. You realize, oh, right, that is what the real thing is. And this is what real love is. And this is what commitment and devotion is. This is the person you build your life with. And I know this is special. All right. So she changed her thing. But I want to see something. I want to see if there's a way. Is there any type of comments on this? I don't see the comment section. A lot of times you start reading these comment sections. There's no comment section. I don't see it. Is this it? Is that comments? Okay. Oh, there's a comment section. Stick with me, gents. Stick with me. This woman says, I don't sleep with my husband because he snores. We wouldn't be married for as long as we have been if we had slept in the same room. I used to leave our room and sleep elsewhere because my husband's snoring. Now he leaves so he doesn't wake me up. That's true love, people. 33 years and counting for us. Well, congratulations, they're still together. But see, look, the man was thinking about his woman. And he decided to go sleep in another bed. He can't even sleep in his own bed because of his snoring. And this is why I'm like Giselle. I paid for my divorce so my kids and I can go be happy. Ladies, life is too short for all the games, hanging on to men that don't want you, secretly courting them, snatching phones, dealing with a man with 1 million kids, women, men who are narcissists. Glad I got self-esteem in check and exhale. Bought my house, control my portfolio. You see right here? Gents, see that right there? You see this? I knew if I came into the comments, I knew that if I came into these comments, you was going to have one of these women in here. I knew it. Okay? Now, this woman writes, that's not normal. It's a red flag. And it's also a way to gradually drift apart, literally and figuratively. Yep. Was this the end of the? Yep, that's the end of them. Okay. This person says, I don't ever plan on dating again, but I think this is a great idea. My last boyfriend would smother me with cuddling, and I want to be left alone to sleep. Like, get off. Like, why get with somebody if you feel like this? Man, I get it. But like, women don't even want to cuddle no more. Matter of fact, you probably got more dudes who want some cuddling right now than these modern women. This sounds like dudes, man. Am I wrong, gents? Tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. But to me, this sounds like dudes, man. I mean, this sounds like what dudes would say. Oh, she want to cuddle. This woman is hot. She just want to lay on top of me. And now you can't even get that from these women. Let me get myself back up on screen. Again, this was off the cuff, gents. This was off the cuff that I want to show you guys. And without fail, was not disappointed by that article. Let me see what you guys got to say. Where we at? Okay. Yep. TSG 5. Yep. I'm pretty sure all the men on this channel have standards away from walking hazards. No, I agree. My gents are amazing. Thank you, gents, for being here. If y'all came in, y'all haven't hit that like button yet, please hit the like button. I appreciate that, man. And do me one other favor. Y'all get off here if y'all got a chance and you sitting around later. If you haven't checked out my latest video, go check out my latest video, right? Where I talk about what would happen if men stop working for 1 week. We talk about that. I think I want to start bringing up these deeper topics. And you're going to see a lot more of that in 2024, but it only works if you guys support it. You got to support the videos, man. All right. We are in the building. Chosen, my dude. What's up? Chosen, man. What you been up to? I know you've been working, bro. On to more divorces and child support, alimony, and courts. Absolutely. Juju says, what a joke. Women love to create more bills. Yeah, for real. I lost all respect for Ms. Diaz. I mean, look, she married now, and she said that before, but Preston, this goes into the problem. When women are single, they literally put themselves out of their own happiness. They say the most destructive things. They want to be a part of this sprinkle crowd. And then they will follow the sprinkle lady and realizing that they might meet somebody that will love them. And now they're so bitter and so full of trauma and so full of hurt and pain that they haven't worked on that when a good man comes around, they're no good for him. Preston Gore facts, yep. Chosen. That is what European Jews, they have their own bedrooms. Some people do it. I get it. But that's not something that happens in modern Western culture. It's not normal. Special ed. Shout out to PB Army for coming through. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Hey, Gen X, power all day long. Yeah, that's right, man. Being Gen X is different, bro, because I think I said this, man, the other day. I was just like, at least as Gen X, we know what a real date looks like a real date. Like, these kids might go out, and I'm not saying they don't have a good time when they go out. I'm saying they don't know what a real date is when the expectation used to be to get to know somebody. That's not happening in modern day society. Women headed for true disaster out here. Yeah, they are, man. And that's why we talk about it. She wants her own bedroom still. A lot easier to cheat when they hardly see each other nude. That's a good way to put it. You mean more problems in garbage fires, fires to a dumpster slaughter in barbed wire? Damn, Preston, you dropping some rhymes today. Yup, sounds masculine as hell. Yeah, because it is. Like, these women, one of my brothers, he sends me stuff all the time. And sometimes it's not even about the article. As much as he says, Sean, just go read the comments. Read the comments. And you read the comments and you're like, oh, it's a no wonder we have these problems today. We have these problems, man, because women don't want to take accountability for the fact that they are a huge cause of it. And you can read the comments and see. I missed the part where I would never cuddle with a walking struggle trouble. Oh, they got some what ups going on there. I saw that video. 1 week men time off. Yep. Before I get to the rest of you guys' comments, because we're talking about that video, I do have a comment from that video for our comments of the day section. I only have one comment. I want to bring that up on the screen since we're already on it. Perfect segue. Thank you very much, gents. Okay, here's the comment. So this was the video I made. Can society survive without men for 7 days? So this dude said merchant cash advances. Thank you for your comment. He said, I asked ChatGPT if men were to stop working worldwide for 90 days, the repercussions would be even more severe than shorter durations. A 3-month absence of male workers across diverse industries would likely lead to a catastrophic disruptions of on a global scale. This prolonged period could cause an economic collapse in many sectors, widespread shortages of essential goods and services, breakdowns in infrastructure, significant setbacks in healthcare services, and a profound impact on global supply chain. Societies would struggle to sustain basic functions, leading to potential social unrest, increased poverty, and immense challenges in maintaining stability and order. Such an extended absence of male workers could result in long-term consequences that might take significant time and effort to recover from, requiring substantial interventions and widespread cooperation to restore stability and functionality across various aspects of society. If you haven't gone to see that video, go watch that video. We talk about these things. Also, we show some statistics about the percentage of men in different fields. And we hear this argument about the how the gender pay gap, and that's all been debunked. But one of the reasons that we talk about in that video is that women don't want to do the jobs that men do. They want the office jobs. They want the cushy jobs. They want to get paid a lot, but they don't want to work hard to get paid a lot. And that's why it takes a man, 30, 35, 40 years of his life sometimes to get to where he needs to get before he's in his economic prowess or where he wants to be. And women want to be able to snap their fingers and get there quickly. There's nobody coming to help men. There's nobody that comes to help a man. There's nobody that's going to bail a man out. There's not rich women who typically marry broke dudes, right? On en masse. That doesn't happen. Most women want to be taken care of. So if women want to start acting like men and want to be all loud like the woman was in the video earlier, you want to be the man, you want to be masculine, but you don't want to take care of a man. You can't have it both ways. If you want to try to be like us, you got to pay the cost to be the damn boss. And a lot of these women do not want to do that. They want to be taken care of. They want somebody that's going to do for them. Yet they still want to behave the way they do. And they wonder why men have checked out. Where are we at? Western women are on a crash course for self-destruction. Did I read that already? Matrix women are lacking the happiness receipts. Right, exactly. Shake my head. Yep. I think their parents does not speak to their children about life. Advice is what children need from parents. And that's the thing. I don't think that some of these parents today aren't giving their kids advice. I believe that parents today aren't giving their kids sound advice because they themselves haven't had sound advice. And this is why we need men in the household, because that is what our job is. Even some of these bad so-called dads out there still have life advice that these kids need. They still can provide some type of level of instruction and provision that these kids need. But women don't want to work with them. And you read those comments in that Cameron Diaz thing. You got women that's always in there. Always, always, always. If you read any type of articles like this, there's always those same type of women that are in there. Facts, TSG. That's all I speak, brother. Matrices following men abroad are seriously contradicting all of their indictments against passport bros. Absolutely. Women have been traveling for a while, man. They have. Again, if you remember in the 90s with Stella Got Her Groove Back, they was going over there, but they were getting their back blown out. And we chuckled and laughed at it back in the day, I remember, right? Oh, Stella got her groove back. We made jokes about it. But they did not get as much backlash back then for traveling and going find a Tay Diggs in Jamaica as men do today when they decide that they're going to go to Thailand, or they're going to live in Mexico, or they're going to go to the Philippines, or they're going to go to Colombia, right? They're going to go to these different places. They, like, us men in today's society, get way more crap for it. Now you can say, Sean, it's probably because we got social media now. Absolutely. But even now, women are celebrated that travel. Women who travel are celebrated. But men are catching a lot of flack for it. Sound advice is not true advice. Well, sound advice to me means true advice. I don't know how you differentiate it. I'm not going to sit here and play with words. When someone gives you sound advice, it means it's backed in truth and experience. Now, you can say it may not be true advice because sound advice could be something a person learned, and that's their truth, but it may not be the truth, in which case I will agree with you. But I wasn't trying to do all that wordplay with it. It is what it is. My girlfriend's woman support me when I did not have no money. And that's what needs to happen. A good woman does that. A woman who values a man does this. But we're not seeing that as a whole in modern society. Stella got her back crack check. It's just children having children. Sad. Yeah, you're absolutely right, my brother. Absolutely right. Right. They don't want to work at work or at home. Yeah, they don't want to work at work or at home. But become so busy body for a trip with her friends. Sometimes on trips with a man, they sneak off. Oh yeah, we see it all the time now. Yeah, Preston got that. Stella got her back crack jack. He always got the rhymes there, Alexander. He always got the rhymes for us. I appreciate you there, Preston. All right. So those are the things that I want to go through. You know what? I'm having a pretty good time. I'm going to do one last thing and we'll get up out of here. I'm going to go to that bigger clip. I'm going to go to that bigger clip of Zoom to Thailand, the parts that we didn't see. I just didn't want to, like, Richie Mac does a great job of editing. I didn't want to try to be like, use up all this video. But I want y'all to listen to Andre from Love Crossing Borders. This is a good dude. I'm in a men's group with him. I've learned so much from Andre. Shout out to him and his beautiful wife, Andrea. They're doing great things. He has a wife that actually supports him, and they live in Colombia. And this is kind of what men want, man. We want someone that is going to support us and be there for us. Check this out.
You cries and you are over there, and that is fine. But yes, we didn't want you, and there's good reason. You had nothing to offer.
Whoa! I just turned this on, bro. Wait, you can't make this up, gents. Wait, let me put that backwards. Hold up. You cannot make this up. I did not know it was about to pop up on this screen. Check this out. We're going to listen to that again.
Talking about that men are trying to get away from. This is why women from other countries are clapping back now.
The reason that men are willing to fly across the miles just to marry a Filipino wife like me is because they're running away.
We broke, nigga. I gotta go to work. That ain't enough, okay? That's what I'm talking about. You can go up there and be King Kong, but don't act like you surprised and you are over there, and that is fine.
You see how, oh my God, Jesus. You see how in one breath she insulted men. That's how you know what she's saying is cap. Because in one breath she said, because you ain't have enough for me, you went over there, you act like you was King Kong, you had it all good. And then she says, and that is fine. Then why would you say it that way if you weren't trying to be insulting? Why'd you say it that way if you didn't mean it that way? If you didn't mean it that way, then stop running off your mouth and just saying stuff and you don't know what's coming out your mouth, or you aren't able to correct yourself in that moment. Now, look, I don't know if y'all understand about psychology. Before I got into engineering, I actually wanted to get into psychology, sociology. So unfortunately, I didn't go to school for psychology, sociology, but I'm still fascinated by it, and I still actually look at those things in my spare time. But one of the books that I read a long time ago when I was interested in psychology, sociology, is body language. I want you to notice everybody's body language right here. Everybody's body language. I want you to pay attention. We're going to start from left to right. Look at this dude right here. See that? That's her husband. He has his arms folded and he's being quiet because he knows what kind of banshee he got at home. I don't know this woman. So, ma'am, if you're watching this, is no diss to you. I'm being funny. This is also an entertainment channel. If y'all they got people that come in my comments, y'all, and they get mad at me. I'm like, yo, this is an entertainment channel. Go read the very bottom of every video on this channel, and it says that this is an entertainment channel. So I'm going to entertain my gents. We're going to talk about real stuff, obviously, but this is an entertainment channel. We're going to have some fun, okay? Look at this woman's body language. Look at this. This is what we're trying to get away from. This is what we don't want. I'm going to clap. I got to do the black girl clap. This is what we don't want. We don't want this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I must be damn delirious. Let me take a sip of my drink. Thank you. This is what we don't want. We don't want the attitudes. We don't want to deal with this, man. Bring us peace. How are you going to talk about in this video that you want peace and you don't even bring peace. You get what you give. You get what you give. Look at the chicken wing she got. Look at the chicken wing. You cannot make this up. Now this woman right here in the blue shirt, her husband is right here. He spoke and then he shut his ass up because he couldn't get a word in edgewise. Now go over here. This woman got that. Again, she looks like she loves her husband. And when she was talking, when she was out there earlier, they are friends with Richie Mac. It looked like she's actually pretty pleasant normally. She's satisfied with her husband. Right? But even she got to look at this like, okay, girl, you done did too much. Now, the last person I want y'all to pay attention to on this panel is the Thai woman right here. She looks absolutely disgusted. And when you go ahead and you look at the body language, whenever somebody does this, it's not to say people are being disrespectful, but on a subconscious level, when people do this, they're closing themselves off. And she's just done. This is wholly disrespectful. You're in her country. You're in her country. I'm going to back this up. Because I just want you to hear what she says. I want you to hear as that woman's talking. I want you to imagine this woman is coming into your country and telling you or saying in front of you that the men are wrong for them appreciating the women there for the way they treat men. I mean, I want you to envision this. This is why I'm about to play this again. I'm going to play it on a small screen, though.
A wife like me, it's because they're running away.
We broke, nigga. I gotta go to work. That ain't enough, okay?
Hold on, real quick before I go too far. Let me go to one of these comments. God dang it, this mouse. I might have to put a new battery in it. Let me get to this comment that was up here. Was it Alexander who said it? One second. Right here. Thank you, Alexander, for this comment. You said it. You said right. They don't want to work at work or at home, but become so busybody for a trip with a friend. Sometimes on trips with a man, they sneak off. But I want to highlight what he said about the don't want to work. How many of you guys have been on these channels or on social media and seen these videos where these women say, I can't keep doing this no more. Where are you, my daddy? When they try to do this soft girl era BS, right? Where it's like, where's my husband? I can't keep doing this. You got the nurses who are losing their mind, okay? I've been reading articles that have come across my phone about these nurses, about how they are just tired of these long ass hours. Yeah, they make good money. They make okay money. But even that, the nurses, travel nurses, I used to date travel nurses, and they used to get paid, right? They would travel, be in a spot for a little bit. They could try to get their contract extended, or they can do a strike, go to another city, do a strike, make a quick 5-10 grand for working a few days. That money is gone. These women are miserable in these damn jobs. And so this woman in here right here is like, look, we broke, nigga. We broke. We broke. We ain't trying to hear none of that. Okay? I don't want to hear none of that. I ain't trying to struggle with your ass. I ain't trying to help you come up. I ain't trying to help you be better. I don't want you to be a better man. If you can't do it now, I don't care for it. I feel bad for this dude. I went too far. I went too far. I just want to hear what she got to say again.
You cries and you are over there, and that is fine. But yes, we didn't want you.
We didn't want you. See how insulting this is? Again, pay attention to this woman right here, gents. Pay attention to her. Pay attention.
You cries and you are over there, and that is fine. But yes, we didn't want you, and there's good reason. You had nothing to offer.
You had nothing to offer. I don't know how many of you guys were here in the very beginning of this live stream. I don't know how many of you guys were here, but I played the very first video tonight. Was a black woman saying how her friend met a man who looked good to her, checked all the boxes. She thought he was going to be hubby. And because he drove an old car, she let him go. He wasn't good enough. And then you hear what this woman just said. Y'all had nothing to offer. We didn't want you because you didn't have exactly what we want. You can't make this up, gents. You really can't make this up, man. I'm gonna get to your comments here in a second, gents. Let me finish playing this out, or play it a little bit more.
Nothing to offer me.
Oh, yeah, let me back that up. Her husband is sitting right there. And I told you, this woman has trauma from her past. And yet and still, instead of working on that trauma, she got married to somebody. And she probably did it under the guise that she didn't have trauma, that she was ready for this husband, that she was ready to be a wife. And this is why we have to be careful about who we date. But specifically, before you put a ring on that finger, you better know everything about that woman. And when she tell you about her trauma and her past, don't red flag it. You need to wave the white flag and leave. Believe them when they tell you.
You cries and you are over there, and that is fine. But yes, we didn't want you, and there's good reason. You had nothing to offer.
That is just so insulting.
You had nothing to offer me. That's why we don't care. We're not mad at those. We're not mad about that. Go do your thing.
Was a Manosphere Highlights Daily. Shout out to that channel. This is pure gold. You had nothing to offer me. This woman says this while she's sitting next to her husband. How disrespectful is this? I'm gonna get to your comments. I'm gonna get to y'all comments. Oh my God. Damn, she came on hot. Chosen says, how the hell did the level of ratchet mess even make it across the world, man? Oh, they'll find a way. Chosen. Gents. Ratchet finds a way. Ratchet will always find a way to make it. I've told y'all too many times about what I saw in when I lived in Mexico, man. Like, I was a little mad because I would say about, if I did the little, you pass a brother on the street, you do the sup, you do the head nod, you give respect, especially if you're in another country, you do the. I was mad because only about 70% of the dudes were doing it. You know how many actual sisters that I came across walking down the street there, living in Mexico, down Fifth Avenue in Playa del Carmen, where I was living at? I would pass sisters, and only about 20% would acknowledge me. I almost did a video about it when I lived in Mexico, man. I seriously did. I almost was like about to record me walking down the street just to show y'all how little respect or how little acknowledgement that a sister will give you when they see you overseas, man. Seriously. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. I stand migraine as soon as I had a migraine as soon as you started talking. Yeah, man. This is your barbecue and it tastes good. We just enjoying the seasoning, the real flavor, the life flavors. Yeah, bro. I'm having a good time, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm having a good time. How is she married with this kind of opinion on men? Who she can't be with anyway? I don't know, man. I don't know how she got on that panel and disrespected her husband like that, bro. King Kong ain't got ish on Silly Billy. All away from her, right, man? Oh, my God, bro. My ears are ringing from the sound of her voice. She'll talk all night. If modern black women got the floor, she'll give it up, then fight for it right back. No one could ever make her seem worse than she already done with running her mouth running. Yep. Just talk us to sleep already. You guys are funny. Yeah, Anon, I agree. Her husband is on the fire sitting there. Bro, that dude trying to keep the peace. That's what he doing. No, dude, you're right, TLG. Nobody wants a walking travesties, talking atrocities, catastrophe. Oh, you almost got me. You almost got me. Exactly the reason why you should never feed gremlins. Oh my God. Oh, Chosen, you're gonna make me look for it. Let me see if I got it. Oh, let me see if I got it. Please bear with me, y'all. I'm having fun with y'all. I'm having fun. Just bear with me. Keep that in mind. Keep that comment in mind. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Right. Oh, boom. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here it is right here. This is exactly why you should never feed gremlins. They destroy everything you get near. They get near. Oh, I couldn't help it, man. It was too easy. I was like, I knew I got a Gremlins clip in there. That was one of my favorite movies when I was coming up, man. All right, let me see if I can find this spot again where we were at. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave it right here, and we're going back to this.
How about that? Go, do your thing.
They just want you to just leave and don't say nothing. But when we tried that and we were quiet, every other female on TikTok had something to say. Passport Bro movement was a quiet movement with nobody bothering nobody. We wasn't saying nothing to nobody. Getting our passports, finding a country, and going about our business. All the expats, all you retirees, ex-military, pension holders, social security holders, you just got your passport, you found you a country, and you just left. We've been doing it for years, since World War II.
Just leave us out of it, because what you do is you go out and you spit this bullshit to the world, and now the whole world, we as black women, we already at the bottom of the motherfucking totem pole. Everybody at the very fucking bottom. So the last look at me like your sister or your cousin.
Wait. Stop the cap, baby. Gents, y'all know that's why. Look, thank you, my gents that be rocking with me, because y'all know I've been saying this. I just told y'all the story how I'm in another country, living in that country. They visited. I lived there, okay? And I would walk past women just like this, and I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing, sister?" And then just nothing. Nothing. So disrespectful. Bro, they tell on themselves, bro. They tell on themselves, man. You can't make this up, bro. I'm telling you, man, like the most disrespect I got was from sisters when I was in other countries. Seriously. Maybe because they I don't know what they was thinking, but I was just living there, man. I'm living my life, man. I go to the grocery store. I knew the people locally. Like, that's the way I was living my life there, bro. Right? It wasn't even about going there for other women. It was going there for peace, man. It was a dream of mine at 17 years old to go live in another country. So I'm there for that reason. And I can't even get respect. And she wants you to acknowledge her. Just acknowledge us as your sister. How come y'all can't acknowledge us as your brothers? Man, stop the cap.
You're shitting on me, right? Making other men not want to date me because we're problematic and all these other things, right? So all we saying is just like, shut up, nigga.
They're just
This is pure gold. Oh man. Again, shout out to Manosphere Highlights Daily again. Yo, check this out, man. Yo. Shh. Stop telling everybody that we are toxic. Now I want y'all to really go back and look at my videos. If I talk about sisters, it's because usually the video clip involves usually a sister talking about sisters or a brother talking about sisters in a specific scenario or situation. But if you really go listen to the content on this channel, I acknowledge all of them, all modern Western women. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you got. I acknowledge every one of them as modern women. I title every one of these video modern women. I might even put Sisters Were Mad on a title, but I talk in generalities, either specifically about that woman I'm talking about in the video or in generalities, because this is not a sister problem. This is a men's channel, and we talk about men's issues, and we talk about behaviors that are common to all men. Brothers ain't just seeing this. My white brothers out there seeing it. My yellow brothers out there going through it. I'm telling you, man, my brown brothers are going through it. I'm telling you, this is an issue. This has nothing to do with y'all. But they want us to shut the hell up because they think we're the ones ruining their opportunity for them to find a man worldwide. No, y'all did that yourself. And you can look at the woman 2 people over from her, the Thai woman, and the look that she got on her face is the reason why those men from those other countries don't want to deal with y'all. They don't want to deal with y'all because this whole time, just back it up. You can watch, just watch her talk again. This is just her running her mouth the whole time.
Because what you do is you go out and you spit this bullshit to the world, and now the whole world, we as black women, we already at the bottom of the motherfucking totem pole. Everybody at the very fucking bottom. So the last thing we need is our brothers, whether you at least look at me like your sister or your cousin, is shitting on me, right? Making other men not want to date me.
Nobody's making other men not want to date you. You did that all on your own. You've been running your mouth the whole time. You've been doing this by yourself. Ain't nothing that I put on this channel gonna make somebody believe some stuff that they haven't already seen or they can't relate to already. Don't put that juju on us over here. We talking about our experiences and amongst ourselves. And matter of fact, look at the comments on my videos. The women that support us, I support them. Most men are pretty respectful to the women who come in here and respectfully try to have a conversation and who respectfully try to understand men. But if men don't understand you or men get this wrong impression of you, they ain't got to get the wrong impression because of what I say. They get the wrong impression or they get an impression because of your behavior, the way you are acting. Everybody else on this panel then shut the hell up. This woman then took the mic over. What was that comment? Alexander again for the win. She'll talk all night. If modern black women got the floor, she'll give it up, then fight for it right back. And this is exactly facts, and this is exactly what the hell that we were talking about. Let me get to some of y'all comments, man. We're going to get up out of here in a little bit, man. I don't want to be on here all night. I got videos to make for my second channel. And I stayed up really late last night thinking of making a third channel, bro, but I got 2 ideas for a third channel, which means I actually have an idea to make 2 more channels, but it's just me, man. I'm doing all this by myself. And so this is tough. I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of work. So after I get done with this, I'm probably going to get a little something to eat. And then I got to get right back to work again, bro. You know what I mean? So please go support the other channel. If y'all want to have a good laugh, go support the channel TSG Reacts. That's the second channel. I want to do something lighthearted. I want to comment and react to funny videos or weird things that I saw on the internet. And I wanted a space to be able to do it. Honestly, you know, like I be needing a break from this crap. You know, because it's hard listening to it sometimes, man. Seriously. All right, where we at? Where are we at? Wow, y'all dropped a lot of comments. Nope, that's not it. Boom, I read that. Nope, I read that. Damn, how far did I go? Exactly reason why. Oh, feed the gremlins. I got that one. Sean C, you crazy. I tried it. Yeah, I am, bro. I am freaking insane. Most men stay quiet because when men say things, women get into attitude. Yeah, And it happened with this woman on this exact panel too. Happened with her too, right? And especially because this dude, her husband right next to her is married. When you get married, man, you be trying to keep the peace, bro. Like, you don't, a lot of women don't get that, man. They husband just they just want peace, man. They need to treat us like they customers or patients, so obedient to their boss. Oh, I was just about to get to that. I actually talked about that in a recent video. They so nice to them, but so mean to us. Women have to change this under men's direction. Yeah, that's exactly it. And I just brought up a clip about that from a shout out to Ugly Money Podcast. The brother on there brought that up in a clip where he was talking to a woman, and he brought that exact point of, you guys will go to work and you will treat your boss with the utmost respect. You won't talk back to him. You don't want to disrespect him. You'll take whatever he gives you, but you can't even treat your own man with respect when you get home. You talk to him any kind of way. You disrespect him. You disrespect your husband. This woman has disrespected her husband on this whole thing in front of all these people. Right? This is exactly why you don't marry train wreck and bad debts. 20%, you could have considered yourself lucky. 20%, I might be generous. Facts, he's trying to keep the peace. Yeah, that's all he's trying to do. He ain't trying to, look, he didn't pay all his money to get to Thailand, trying to keep the peace. And I'm sure after this podcast, and I'm sure after all the hundreds of thousands of people that have seen this video, I'm sure right now that man was like, oh my God, she probably still at home talking about this crap. You probably avoided a tirade like this lady put on. You're right. You're right, exactly. Yeah, I know. We're all laughing about that. I love that movie, The Gremlins. These women are a perfect example of that. Oh my God. I could say the same thing about you people following the Passport Bros when you say you don't care about what they do. A lot of dudes really don't care in general. Like Passport Bros, like they might talk about it, but they doing their own thing, man. The dudes that are constantly travel, they're not even trying to think about Matrix women, man. I'm gonna be honest, like I went through a period of being shocked by the behaviors and how the women are very respectful in these other countries. But I did not lose a lot of sleep over women traveling, these other women back in the States. But the problem is when you go over to these other countries, they do have them traveling and you do have to deal with them sometimes. Because I would go to this little expat group when I lived in Mexico, and it was full of sisters. And it was all, everybody was co-mingling, which I thought was kind of beautiful. I thought it was a great opportunity. I've had some great conversations with some of these sisters from other countries. But one of the stories that I've told on this channel before is when I was in Mexico, there was this woman that was there. She was part of the expat group, and she was from like Georgia or something. And I want to speak to her and a bunch of other people. And this woman from Georgia, man, I think she had my Instagram. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm on Instagram and stuff, do all this stuff. And then she hit me up. She wanted to do something. I didn't want to go out with her. And I just didn't respond, right? And then I was leaving the gym and she was riding a bicycle. She comes by me. She stops. She's like, where the hell you been at? And I said, excuse me? She's like, no, because I hit you up and you ain't hit me back, whatever. And I'm like, I said, who are you talking to? No, first of all, who are you talking to? And then she corrected herself. She's like, well, I'm just saying, blah, blah, blah. I was like, look, man, let me tell you something. You seem nice. But I said, I'm not here for that. I'm not here to try to like go out with you and all this stuff. I'm not here for that. That was not while I was in Mexico. But I said, you need to watch how you talk. And I brought it up. She tried to change the subject. But I'm like, you need to watch how you talk to me. That did the trick. And I'm like, I don't even know you, woman. We met each other at a group, at an expat group. You having my Instagram don't mean I need to follow up with you or get with you or anything like that. And I was just completely like, yo. So they find a way. The ratchetness finds a way. Okay? Where we at? Yep. Sisters definitely noticed me when I had my smoking hot 29-year-old Latina with me. And the angry black women were lava hot about it. Damn, Chosen. Chosen, you wild, bro. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you dropped that fire on us, bro. Why would she chase down these men that she says she doesn't want? First of all, why? You're married, right? She's a married woman. She's married to the dude to the left of her on your screen. Why didn't you make that in the tense of back in the day, this is the way I felt about men, but I got my husband right here. She didn't do that. She revealed herself. She took it to being personal. She took that in. And she went back to her past. See what I'm saying? She took it back to, she's still feeling all of that. She's still feeling everything that she's been through. And that dude right there, it's hella disrespectful. And this is the problem. This is the marriage problem. The marriage problem is you have a lot of women who want to get married, who want to quote unquote settle down, and they carry all that hurt and that pain and that trauma, and they carry it right into the next relationship. And they carry it into marriage. Just hit the like button. Yep, everybody hit that like button if you haven't done it. This has been a great conversation tonight, gents. Excellent conversation. I'm going to get to a few more of your comments. We're going to get up out of here. I would ask her husband why he brought her. See, that's what we're talking about. Exactly. Anan says, in my country, my village, where no TV, women normally acted that way. So it's nothing new. They normally acted how, Anan? What are you talking about? I want to make sure I understand the context. Facts, Alexander. All right, everybody give acknowledgement. I wouldn't have brought her at all, let alone, I would have let her ass alone, and reality is no go zone. Well, he couldn't do that. That's his wife. That's his wife. He couldn't let that go. Shout out to my brother Jerome from that 504, baby. All right, this is one of my best friends right here. We grew up together and everything like that. Damn, man, it's been 30 years, bro. Oh, this has been my partner for 30 years, son. We were teenagers. It's been 30 years, son. Man, shout out to Jerome. Shout out to Romy Rom. When I tell you about my partners that know how to cook, that got their own stuff, you know, Jerome has a great job, got his businesses going. He's doing great things. And Jerome is one of them dudes. I hope you don't mind me saying this, Jerome, but I want my gents to know who I mess with. And really and truly, Jerome, I wish you would come on the show more, because your situation is one of these talking points that a lot of these women have. And there was a video that came out. I don't know if it was, I don't think I did it on my channel. It might be on another channel, where women were talking about it's a red flag if a guy doesn't get married. And Jerome has had some chances to get married, but Jerome has been very cautious. And correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jerome. Let everybody know in the chat. Let everybody know in the chat why you think why you haven't gotten married yet, bro. Why have you just held off getting married? And I know your parents ask you all the time, like, when you going to give us some grandkids? But I think this is very educational. Jerome, let us know in the chat, man, why you've not gotten married. You know, is it because you hate women? Is it because, you you weren't good enough for these women? Like, let us know something, bro. Because I think it's just going to be, I think it's part of this conversation that we need to have. These women really think they own men of their ethnicity. Oh, of their ethnicity. Yeah, I think. No, that's what it kind of sounds like, right? Her mouth ain't married, apparently. Sean, you were very lucky to reject a woman. If it was me, Oh yeah, yeah. Well, look, man. I'm sorry, man. I went to Mexico for peace, man. I didn't go for all that. I didn't go for a lot of crap, man. This was a dream of mine. Why am I gonna go to live in another country and have someone disrupt my peace, man? Not worth it. They're taking man, they are taking man being direct as toxic masculinity because they lack male guidance and accountability from fathers or father figures in their youth. This actually, Alexander, is perfect. I did a video on this channel with this Vice men's group. It was a very long video, but I want to go back and I want to do one more video on that Vice men's group because they talked about toxic masculinity. I've talked about that on this channel a lot. I do not believe in toxic masculinity. I believe it's one of these terms that is being used to shut down discourse between men and women. Because when a woman is acting masculine, we say that she's a boss bee and she's on her game. But if you're a man and you do the same thing, then you're toxic. So we need to have this discussion. I want to go back into that Vice Group's video. And since I have the cameras and the lights already up, that might be tomorrow's video. So look out for that. Where were we at? Yep, I already read that. Rude. Oh, yeah. Well, I wasn't, yeah. Oh, them being rude. Yeah. Well, I wasn't rude to her, but I don't know why she thought she could speak to me like that. She had the wrong one. Yeah, we've been for a very long time. Now, Jerome finally answered this question. Let me put myself back up on the screen here. He says, I've been growing and changing. If you do any world building, you average worry, any world building, you average worry about a lot of things, or you don't worry about a lot of things, or you tend to worry about a lot of things. Let me know what you mean by that. Preston says, because he doesn't want to lose all that he's worked so hard for. Well, that's definitely a good reason. Oh, still saying, yeah. I love women, but do they love me or come up? And Jerome, you're in a very precarious situation because you've worked so hard for so many years. And bro, I know that pressure gets to you sometimes, trying to maintain your business, trying to keep up with your job, and trying to live your own life at the same time. So you drive a nice truck, right? You still got your truck there, right? I'm assuming. You know, you carry yourself well, you speak well. You're one of the smartest dudes I know. And I can see how it'd be hard to trust any woman today. What's her intentions of getting with you? Because at this point, Jerome, if you lost everything to a modern American woman by going through the court system, at our age right now, you're smart, so you would get through it. But all of the hours and the time and the blood, sweat, and tears, the conversations you and I have had when things got hard, it'd be all for nothing, man. It would almost be backbreaking. So I could definitely get that, bro. But I wanted you to talk about it on here because I told my gents, the people that I talk to, the people that I consider my brothers and my sisters are all successful people. The people that I love and care about the most, Jerome being one of them, that's my brother from another mother, but that's my brother, would be my brother. They have worked so hard to get to where they've gotten. And I have the utmost respect. But I love, and I bring you up all the time on the channel, Jerome, maybe not in this much depth, but I bring it up because, ladies, if you're watching this, you have a successful man like my friend Jerome, who's going to retire very well off, but yet and still, he can't even trust y'all to be loyal enough or to be sincere enough or not to show your true colors. Because Jerome has almost been married a couple times, or at least once that I know of. And the woman showed her true colors. And thank God he had the wherewithal to be like, you know what, I'm good. And I know Jerome has seen dudes like me go through marriages. And he's like, no. You know, I seen what Sean go through. I seen what Sean went through. Why would I want to put myself through that? So I thought it was really important to have you up here on the panel, or at least talk about it, because I want my gents to, this is stuff that we go through. And no matter how successful you get, this stuff you're going through. And unfortunately, if Jerome finds himself married, there's probably the highest chance that it won't be a woman in this country. It's a high chance. It's a very high chance. Facts, TSG. Hey, we speaking facts tonight, bro. That Vice panel had plants, TSG. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I tried to call them out when I can. And when they when I do this second Vice video, you know what? I'm definitely doing the second one. Because, oh, still Saint, bro. It just drives me crazy when people talk about toxic masculinity, bro. Like, I can see why people try to coin that, but I'm tired of these terms being used against us with like a bat across the back of our head, bro, just to be able to shut down these conversations. And I won't let that stand on this channel. So when y'all see that video drop tomorrow, please support it. Please support it. And while I got the cameras up, I'm going to film it right after this. I'm going to use the restroom, get something to eat, and I'm going to film it right after this. Typos. Oh, we all got typos, bro. Some men does not find the right fit, woman-wise. That's true. Who is the right mindset would want to be married when women put a man through hell? Who in their right mindset would want to be married when women put them through hell? Yeah. And that's why I don't blame Jerome for his choice. It sucks, though, because when you're in his situation and other men like Jerome, then you start getting that pressure from your parents about, hey, when am I going to have grandkids? When I'm going to get married? When you going to get married? All these stuff. But I'm glad he stuck to his guns because it ain't worth his peace. The women only want to come up. You have to worry about a lot. Preston is correct. Yeah. No, y'all are all speaking facts. Jerome, facts. It's the come up. Yeah, that's what they worried about. And women, if you're listening to this, let me put Alexander's thing back on the comment back up there. Ladies, it's not about bashing y'all, man. It's like we're trying to tell y'all what we're feeling and what we're thinking. And instead of saying, damn, Sean, that, you know, I hear what y'all saying. It's harsh to hear because my feelings want me to internalize it. But at the end of the day, I'm listening. And I'm listening to actually what men are saying and how they are feeling so that I maybe can have a better understanding of what y'all going through. That's not what happens, man. That shit go through one ear and come out the other, man. And I'm going to tell you right now, like, that's the hard part. We have to sit and listen to y'all rant like this woman up on this damn screen right here. We got to hear y'all rant like this. Y'all get to express all this emotion out. To what end? How do we help you? Because that's what we do as men. How do we help you get through that? But you're married, ma'am. Your husband should be helping you through this. And you shouldn't give him hell to get through that. You should give him the grace to help you through it with patience and understanding. He has to have patience and understanding, but you actually have to try to get better. But this is the type of woman that'll beat you over the head with all her problems. Well, you don't understand. I got touched by my uncle. I got touched by Uncle Charles. Okay, I hear you. And that's unfortunate. But at some point, if you keep living in the past, then you're not actually living in the present. And you're only going to ruin your future. At some point, when are you going to get past that? You cannot change Uncle Charles touching you. Go get the help that you need so that you can come through that. Stop getting this damn online therapy. Man, look, y'all. That video, shout out to MTR. He brought up the video again. Y'all remember the therapist who was being all lewd and nasty on TikTok, and then she wound up losing her job because she was basically being disrespectful to men? So somebody told on her. Actually, it wasn't even a black man that told on her. That was actually a white woman who called up on her. And black men took the rap for it. And it was a white woman who called in on her for being disrespectful. Oh my God. But she blamed us. That's funny. And the white woman took accountability of it. She was like, yeah, no, it was, I saw that and I called that in. You cannot make it up. Let's get back to some of y'all comments. Where are we? I missed the part where I go, it's none of your business, Miss Shady Lady. I can't let myself lose everything. Jerome, it's probably one of the hardest things that you can go through. I talked about this on my channel. Every time that I've gone through a divorce, I temporarily was homeless. Both times. I've been homeless 3 times in my life, twice while I was receiving a paycheck. I just couldn't afford to take care of my family and take care of myself at the same time. Not until I got all the bills and everything figured out. And at our age, there's no starting over. I mean, I don't care how great a shape that I look. You know, I have a lot of injuries, man. Like starting over from the beginning again, starting from the bottom again, it's too much, man. I am I am insulating myself legally and with insurance. Yeah, that's what you got to do. And if you do get married to one of these modern women, you need to be talking about prenup 6 months to a year before getting married. Y'all both need to have lawyers. And she can't use the duress. Oh, and you can't hide your assets. You got to have all your assets out on the table. Do it a year before you get married, so she can't say she signed it under duress, and make sure she have her lawyer. Because a lot of people get these prenups, but there's like these little loopholes that the courts file in favor of them only because they still feel for the woman. So you got to make sure you're airtight before you get into that. Oh, and also make sure you get with a woman who has something to lose too. But what's funny is these courts know she make her own money, and they'll still give her half of your money. So she makes her own money. She can take care of herself. They'll give her half of your money. It's crazy, bro. I believe there are great women. I do too. And I try to say that on this channel. I still believe that there are good women out there. The problem is the women that are good out there, we can't find them. You're not making yourself known. You're not putting yourself out there. And let's be real. We got good women that still have these standards that some men will never be able to meet. So you could be a good woman, but if you're not willing to get a guy that's on your, I'm not talking about like some financial level, I'm saying on your level as a person, and you're a good woman, then it's not going, what does it matter? You're kind of no different than the other women. Let Jerome go to Africa, especially Nigeria, where the man has all the power, period. That's the idea. Jerome got a lot of work here, though, so I'm sure he'll figure it out. Man, I dodged a bullet. It's tough when you are emotionally there, but sometimes the voice inside is steering you in the right direction. Bro, the fact that you've avoided marriage and avoided some of those situations, you get the golf clap on that one, bro, because I don't know how you did it. Let's talk about toxic femininity and see how they feel. Oh, there's no such thing as toxic femininity. You don't hear nobody talk about that. But that's part of my argument when I talk about toxic masculinity. I'm not demonizing women. I didn't say you were, and I don't think none of us think you are. There are some women really handling business. We agree. These women on their game are not mentally and emotionally available while making their moves, or many are married. Yeah, listen, there are women that are on their grind, but the thing is, they're not emotionally there. And so nobody wants to deal with that, bro. Nobody want to deal with a woman who act like a dude. Nobody want to deal with that. She'll beat you over the head with her problems. Facts. No, Jerome, you dodge a catastrophe and dumpster fires misery. I heard prenups are just as bad as marriage. So what's the point of a worthless freeloader crowding your space, living with a wasted space mistake? God damn, I read through that. It was good. That's why I say you got to be careful about the prenups. Anon says maybe off the camera, the rosters or dreadlocks, he is in control. Probably that is why the woman wife speaking on camera while he is there. Nah, I have to disagree. Anon, that might be the case. They might have a level of cohesion that they have while they're not on camera. But that's the real her. See, this isn't like, oh, I got on camera, so for this one time, this came out. Women show us who they are. Women will show you who they are. We think like, oh, she's still sweet though, and she rubbed me in the nice spot. No, man. The woman that came out on this camera is who this woman really is. That's who she is. So you don't take over a whole panel like this and have everybody else on silent if that isn't who you are. Just saying. All right, gents. I'm going to, I don't want to keep, I've already played enough of his content. What's the point of even trying to save these people who don't want to be saved? Well, you know what, man? I'm kind of a believer of one person at a time. That things happen sometimes. Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you. I'm a believer that I realize this channel may not be appealing to women, or, some women, like even women that I'm friends with, they're like, oh, I can't watch your channel because it's hard to hear what you say sometimes. And I'm like, you're in your emotions. You got to get out of your emotions about what I'm saying and think of it logically and objectively. And then I got to tell them, I said, how do I act when I'm around you? You've known me for years. How has my behavior been every point in time that you've known me? And I have to throw this back at the women. Like, yo, tell me how I've been. Have I been a monster to you? Have I treated you badly? Have I treated you with disrespect? Have I not looked out for your best interest when you needed me? Have I not been there when you needed me? When you called me and you said you needed something, have I not been there? Have I not stepped up to the plate as your friend, as your lover, as whatever? Have I not shown you my character? Jerome, if you're still in here, I might be older, but is the essence of who I've been the same as it is when you met me a long time ago, or since we were friends in school? Jerome, if you're still here, put it in there. If I've changed in terms of the essence of who Sean is, let me know. Say, Sean, no, you're completely different than how I've ever known you. If you put that in the comments, I'll be like, all right, cool, I'm different. But I can bet if Jerome is in here and he's hearing this, I've got to think that, yes, I'm an older version of Sean. I'm a more mature version of Sean. Obviously, I have my own family. I've been through a lot of stuff. But the essence of who I've been, as far as when you talk to me, when you're around me, I haven't changed in that respect. I'm still the dude that walks on the outside of women. I'm still the dude that opens doors. I'm still the dude that's respectful. So when I put out this content, this isn't because I hate women. It's because I want women to see what's out there, what we see. If women want better results, then listen to what we are saying. Don't listen to these harpies out here who don't mean you no good, who don't want to see you succeed, who, when you're happy, they want to bring, I need a Preston quote. When they see you happy, they want to bring catastrophe and dumpster fires misery. That's what they want to do. Thank you, Preston. I had to borrow a little bit of your your literary rhymes there. That's all we want, man. Listen, modern men have changed a lot. Again, men are helping women out. I'm not saying all men do this, but a lot of men still take on some level share of domestic chores and all this stuff. Even though when we cut the grass or we change the tires or change the oil or, clean the gutters or do all these things, kill the cockroaches in the house, or when we do all these things, when there's a bump in the night that we go down and check and make sure everything is good. When women have these disingenuous arguments about all that they do in the kitchen and, oh, he don't help me. Ooh, I almost used the B word. I have to potentially risk my life for you. And you're going to complain about doing some damn dishes? You're going to complain about cooking a meal? Something that I do too? You're going to complain about all that crap? And you're not willing to risk your life for me? Are you willing to go downstairs and check and see what the bump in the night is and risk your life for me? No? Oh, that's what the man should do. Oh, then shut the hell up. You should be damn grateful. You're not willing to risk your life for me, and you're going to complain about some domestic chores? Get over yourself. That's the argument, man. Jerome says the domestic argument is funny. I know you know my mother. You would love to know what she said. Women would not be happy. Oh, tell us what mom said, bro. Hey, if y'all don't know, his mother was my what grade was I in? Your mother was my reading teacher in 9th grade. Oh, no, 8th grade. His mother was my reading teacher in 8th grade. His mother is probably one of the strongest women that I know. One of the smartest people I know, right? Very strong woman. You want to know about a strong woman? This is a strong woman right here. I want to know what Mrs. Gross' opinion is. Oh my God. Jerome, please bless us with this before I get off the air. Please bless us with this. Okay? Because I got to know. I got to know what she said. You actually act like a human being, duh. TSG, that says more about them than you. If you knew these women this long and had the sense to insulate them until you were in a good place, I think they have growing to do emotionally. Yeah. Nope. You know what? Still Saint. I think insulating women when you get to where I'm at doesn't happen for all women. I don't do that for all women anymore, but I feel the need to do that for the women that I care about, or at least the ones that are directly in my purview that I care for regularly. And sometimes you have to protect them from themselves. And I don't want to make that sound like a belittling insult or try to degrade my friends there, but I do it because I do care about how they feel. And maybe that's still a weakness I need to work on. but I don't want to lose the essence of who I am because I'm bitter or hateful, because that's not me. That's why I told Jerome to put in the comments, am I, like, has the core of Sean changed that much over 30 years? The core of who I am. Now, I was more of a class clown back in the day. I was a big class clown back in the day, right? And I had to deal with that. I love making people laugh, but when you get older, you realize part of the reason I was a class clown is because I grew up an only child, and that was my way of probably getting attention. It was my way of trying to stand out, or I don't know. Like, I'm not saying I didn't want to make people laugh too, but part of that was attention. And I can honestly say I've gotten older to learn that. But now that I'm older and I joke around and stuff, that's always been who I am. I love to joke around. I love to laugh, man. I love to have a good time. And none of that has ever changed. At least I don't think so. Jerome, correct me if I'm wrong, bro. Correct me if I'm wrong, bro. We're all respectful, but everyone has it limited to something that they don't want. Yeah. I already read that. It's all good, Sean. CTSG. Use as many as you want. We're also at war with the ladies' echo chambering. It gets them together. They use one-off stories to justify fitting in, talking about dumb-ish. Yeah, no, they do. Yeah, no, it's absolutely correct. Gender roles, non-negotiable. They don't want the rights to sign up for the draft. Yes, and that's exactly it. I think we still need to press about the whole gender role thing. So I told you guys I'm going to change up the format of TSG, not completely. Still going to do videos the same way I do. Still going to do live streams the same way that I do. But I do want to keep having like those videos where I get into these deeper dives into the conversation. That's something I want to do with this channel because I want to evolve and grow the conversation. Yeah, it's kind of funny, like, every now and then bashing it on some women, making fun about the behaviors, because I try to make light of it. I don't want it to be doom and gloom. I told y'all, man, that's why I made a funny channel too, because to me, this stuff is funny, right? Like, believe it or not, I don't even get mad at this crap no more, man. I know I'll go off on some rants. I know I go off on some tangents, but really and truly, end of the day, this shit is funny to me, bro. It really is. I laugh, bro. A lot of times I laugh. Yeah, what did mom say, Jerome? What did mom say? If you eat, you should cook. Oh, bro, that's been one of my arguments here on the channel. Like, what grown-ass woman don't know how to cook? Y'all so quick to tell us men what we should be doing, but if a man tell you you should be able to cook, oh, you don't tell us. Oh, how could you? Oh, see, you just trying to keep us in the kitchen and slave. Like, no, you're an adult. Did your mom not teach you how to cook? Don't put that on dad. Did your mother not teach you how to cook? Did your grandma not teach you how to cook? Tell you about how to take care of a man? Don't put that on men. That's on y'all. And when you go to any of these things where women say, oh, I don't know how to cook, but it's all good. I ain't got to cook for no man, blah, blah, blah. Go read the comments in those videos. If y'all want to, send it to me, right? Send it to me. Send me a clip or a screenshot. Send it right here. Send it to me in my Instagram at _TSG, at TSG _uncut. If y'all find some stuff, take a screenshot of these comments. Y'all ain't got to really do it if you don't want to, because I'm going to tell you right now, I already know what the comments say. Everything that women do, whether it be good behavior or bad behavior, the echo chamber, as Alexander talked about, says that we need to support women regardless, no matter what, no matter how bad their behavior is. No matter how bad their behavior. She also added, you are a sad person if you don't clean where you live. And look, this is what I love about mom's advice, is that mom's advice is just just part of being an adult. This has nothing to do with being a woman. This has everything to do with being a man too. If you're an adult that is in charge of taking care of yourself, you should know how to cook. You should know how to clean up your place, and you should know how to keep yourself clean. You should know how to do all these things. How is it that we have so many modern women today that don't know how to do basic life caring skills that used to be common? There were many other statements. Bro, Jerome, I talked to my mom too, bro. And my mom, I should have got her on video. I'll go back to San Antonio. Me and my mom have to talk about this. But again, when me and my mom talk about it, I talk about these videos. And she and I be having really good conversations on them. She's like, man, I feel sorry for y'all today. Y'all men today, I feel sorry for y'all. That's what my mom tells me, Rome. She be like, yo, she's like, y'all, she said, I don't know how y'all deal with this crap. I said, Mom, we're not dealing with it. You know what I mean? Like, either we're just not dealing with it or we're not dealing with it. You know? A lot of dudes are checking out, Mom. You know, and I tried to tell her that. So if you ever find a woman who loves you, you love her just as much as you love her. Yeah, look, if you're getting that reciprocal back, let's be real, man. Some dudes just want a woman to just take care of them like they're their mom. And then they lose that woman because they don't understand the essence of a woman. Like, okay, yeah, okay, maybe she should know how to cook. Maybe she should know how to keep things clean. And she should know how to run a house. But at the end of the day, she's not your slave neither, right? Like, she has needs. She has emotional needs. You need to be able to help her emotionally. And that's why I said a lot of you guys, if you just go off and do this, I'm going my own way thing, and you don't work on your social skills when it comes to both men, and you got to know how to associate skills with men, because that's what we do, right? We have hierarchies. We have these social constructs that we have as men. You need to be able to know how to deal with other men. And then you need to know how to deal with women. Especially if you get older, man, if you get to be an older man and you don't have the skills to be able to talk with and deal with women, you failed yourself. And this is why I say, go do the work. Do not be afraid to go out in public and have conversations with these women. If anything, you might actually get some insight. I've talked to many women that I would never date, but I've had great conversations with them. And I use all that when I go out and I talk to these women and I get these conversations going. I use that insight to be able to bring back to the channel. So wait, sorry about that. Hold up. Of course, these women don't know how to cook Chicken Little alone in oatmeal in a reality film. Yeah, Jerome dropping them facts. Everyone on this channel knows how to cook. I can't say the same for women. Yeah, that's bullish crap. Beach, stop the cap, please. I'm glad you used the word beach. It worked out perfectly. I bet your mom is cool. My mom is real cool. I ain't gonna lie, my mom is chill as hell, man. My mom is real cool. I got to get her on a channel one of these times, for real. I've been talking about it, but she don't have the patience to sit still and have this conversation with me. She just be wanting to chill, man. My mom's chilling hard right now. We're not dealing with it. Certainly not. Right? We all try to understand the essence of a woman, but they don't understand the essence of a man. They're not trying to understand it. Because if they was, if women really were trying to understand the essence of the man, then they would easily be able to answer and behave in a way that can answer the question, what do you bring to the table? And that's just facts right there. All right, listen, guys, I'm not going to be able to go through all the people that were in here tonight, but I just want to say thank you to everybody that was here, man. I know I normally go through all the comments. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to be lazy. Preston, thank you for being here. Alexander, thank you for being here and contributing to the conversation. Thank you, brother. My brother Jerome, we'll have to talk soon, bro. I miss you, man. I got to get back to New Orleans at some time so we can hang out again. Still Saint, thank you. Appreciate you. Anon, I'm glad you was able to make it. I know you're traveling, brother. Thank you for being here. Okay. I'll get to y'all comments in a little bit. Let me just find out where I'm at. Chosen, thank you for coming through. I know you're busy there too, bro, so I got you. I'll get to y'all comments in a second. Let me just make sure I get everybody. I also want to say thank you all for anybody who contributed to the Super Chats and Cash Apps. This is what I do full time. It's a lot of work, not a lot of money, but you know, I'm not going to stop doing it because I care about what we're building here. I really do. So, PPB, Passport Bro Army, thank you for being here. Black Drifter, thank you for coming through tonight. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry, but I'm trying to get through this quickly. Above, Beyond, and Forever, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Salute, salute. I know I'm missing somebody. Ham Flight Kitbox, thank you for coming through, brother. Make sure y'all go over to that brother's channel and check it out. Support that brother by supporting his channel. Subscribe to him. XL Pro, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming through, man. I know you always come through early, man. I appreciate you. Juju, thank you for being here tonight, brother. I appreciate you. Who else was up in here tonight? This thing is moving really weird. I think my mouse is starting to die. Shout out to Rando Ganja, one of the first. I think he was the first person up in here. I'm missing somebody, and I'll know the name when I see it. Oh, there we go. Beach Bum TV. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for coming through, man. I know you're out there traveling and supporting, man. I'm going to get to the last comments. What we got over here? TSG, yep, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Seriously. Anon says, woman was attempting to assist me in packing my groceries in my bags. She said she wished she can cook. I felt stunted. Surprised, a black woman do not know how to cook. And I said, where are you born? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I would have never. Well, these younger girls do not know how to cook, man. Sisters and all. And I'm talking about like they'll definitely go to the cookouts and everything, but they don't learn shit while they're there. I'm going to tell you, man, you know how one of the things I learned how to cook was even as a kid, I could observe, right? And I have like a photographic memory. I have a selective photographic memory. I remember I have at least one memory from every age since I was 2 years old. So we're talking like well over 40 plus years worth of memories of every year that I've been in existence. Every year. There's not one part of my childhood that I don't remember. Okay. So I would actually see what they was doing in the kitchen, even though back in the day as a young boy, my great grandma didn't allow you to be in the kitchen. So I'd have to stand outside the kitchen, or later on I would ask questions like, what do you put in there? What do you do? I was very curious, you know what I mean? And every now and then, if nobody was in the house and it wasn't like a big dinner, and I just stand off to the side in the kitchen, I would ask questions. Now, I'm not saying I learned how to cook from there. I had to ask more questions as I got older. And then some of this stuff was trial and error. Like when I was doing my first gumbo, it was like, it tasted okay. But I was like, Mom, why is my gumbo like this? Or, you know, like this. And she's like, nah, baby, you got to go do this to it. You know what I mean? Did you add this? Nah, Mom, I ain't add that. Add this. It's going to make it look this way or whatever. Right? I was like, oh, okay. Thanks, Mom. So these women don't even ask questions of their own mothers or grandmothers on how to cook. And that is sad. Love to the chat. Yeah, man. Shout out to the gents out here. Shout out to the brothers. Need to catch up soon. Jerome, we will. I've been real busy, bro. I started a second YouTube channel. Please go over after this and support the new channel. It's called TSG Reacts. And I just wanted to do something funny, man. React to some funny videos, you know. And so we need to grow that channel. I can only grow it if you guys go over there and subscribe and watch a video. And then when you get to the end, click on the end screen and watch one more video. If you don't even send me $1, go watch 2 of those videos in a row. Click on the end screen of a video while you're watching it and watch the second video. If you watch 2 videos in a row, and everybody who's in this chat watch 2 videos in a row, the algorithm is going to push that thing out. I guarantee it. I need another relaxing trip. Might hit up. Oh, TH. Thailand? or what's TH? I'm tripping. In June. I'll come out here to Vegas, man. She was born in lazy land with no man. My mom taught me how to cook. Yeah, my mom did too. Wow, they can't cook. The night is darkest before dawn, gentlemen. Salute. Looking forward to it. Yeah, go check out the new channel. Preston, thank you for going over to the new channel, bro. You commented a lot and support the channel. I actually need to make another video for that channel too. So, hey, man, there's no rest for me. I literally have to make and edit 2 videos before tomorrow. I'll get it done when I get it done. But the great thing about these types of videos is that when I do split screen videos, kind of like this, it's easier to edit those types of videos. I try not to sacrifice the quality that I've given you guys in terms of, stuff in the video, but sometimes it's just easier to edit it down. So I'm glad you guys support the channel. I really do. You going in June? Oh, man. I might need to get my duckies in order, bro. I might have to make that trip and meet you out there, bro. Because I got some partners out in Thailand, and I want to visit them. June is 6 months away. So, yeah, I mean, I should be able to do that. I might be able to swing that. Baby. Let's do that. I'll start planning for that right now. Let's do it. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. This was a great talk tonight. I know it was a little long-winded, but, it is what it is, right? So, gents, there's another comment. I'm trying to catch y'all comments before I leave. I love their martial artist skills in Thailand. Yeah, my uncle Nolan, he actually goes out there and he'll train Muay Thai out there in Thailand, man. He has some great pictures out of the dojo that he was at. Nigeria in August. Okay, so a lot of brothers are traveling. One of the things that I said I was going to do in 2024, instead of like always going out in Vegas, because Vegas is the same crap, bro. You've been to these major cities, it's the same crap. And what I said I was going to do was I'm going to start leaving this state more, man. I was going crazy at one point, bro. Like, it was hard making videos for this channel, bro, because I was just getting burnt out. And so when I went to San Antonio, bro, it's so quiet and peaceful compared to Vegas. I was actually able to get a lot of work done. And some of you guys supported those videos while I was in San Antonio. So I said to myself, in 2024, I'm going to start leaving the state more often. And every 2 to 3 months in 2024, I'm leaving the country. Every 2 to 3 months, I'm leaving the country. So sometime in February or March, I'm leaving the country. Now, Jerome wants to go to Thailand in June. If you're serious about it, bro, I'll start getting my shit together so we can go, or so I can at least meet you there. So that's June. That's 3 months later. So it works perfectly. Works perfectly. Even if I just go then you can't go for a week, though. Probably go there for about 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks would be good. Yeah, that's the good thing. That's the good thing about my schedule. I can still make these videos over in Thailand. It's just going to be at a totally different time zone. And, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. We don't want you to burn yourself out. Get yourself rest and stay blessed. Oh, yeah, bro. Look, one of the things I do to try to, not burn out is I'm in the gym. I'm 240 pounds right now. I think sometime I'd like to be about 250 pounds, probably by February. Let's say February. That's a lot of mass to put on in 2 months, 10 pounds. But I can do it. Hell, if I got back up to 245, I'd be fine. But the problem that I'm having in the gym right now is I'm stacking weight, bro. So, you know, you take the pin for the cable weights and shit like that. Bro, I got the pin at the bottom of some of these weights, bro, when I'm doing some of these exercises. I'm stacking these shits, bro. And so the problem with stacking the weights is I'm stronger probably than I've ever been in my life, right? I benched 8 plates and 2 dimes last week or early this week, which is what, 380 pounds. So I'll get it on film next time so y'all can see me move that type of weight. But I just don't do it because I already get a lot of eyes on me at the gym when I get up that heavy. It's like the gym almost stopped to see if I'm going. It's like there's no way you about to lift that, you know. And I'll get it up like pause. I'll lift the weight, you know, like I'll get about 2 reps off of it. And so people that know me in the gym, they already know. They're like, wow, you know. But I have to get that on tape so y'all can see. But the reason why I bring it up, this time be bragging, this is like, it's what I talk about on this channel, about us being focused on us, man, being the best version of ourselves, man. And so I put that time in the gym because that's how I keep my mental together, bro. And when I go visit my mom, that's how I keep my mental together and talk to my brothers like Jerome and my brothers, you know, and they keep my mental together. So for the lonely single men out there that don't have no friends, you got to go out and socialize and make friends, bro. You got to go out there and make friends. You can't sit there and just say I'm gonna do it on my own, bro. You got a bunch of brothers who need brothers, who need big brothers like myself. I talk to everybody while I'm out, and it's because I don't want men to feel like they're alone in this. I don't want men to feel like they ain't nobody to talk to. And even at the expense of myself looking bad in front of women because I'm having all these conversations, you know, I'm not sitting in the corner always a stoic guy. Sometimes I am. Depends on if I'm sipping bourbon or not. But that's not who I am. And so I go out to talk to people because when I'm here home, when I'm here and here, man, I don't be wanting to talk to nobody sometimes. I don't want to be talking to people, bro. And the people I want to talk to don't be hitting me up. So I'm like, yo, whatever. I'm good, bro. I'll just work. I'll work. Okay? Where we at? It says it, Professor Muscles getting swollen. 10 pounds, not much. I lost and gained 10 pounds when I used to train. Yeah, listen, you're absolutely correct, Anon. Anon, you're absolutely correct. 10 pounds is not a lot for me to put on or lose. And the reason is that guys who have trained a lot and their background is training, right? This has been something I've been into physical fitness now for well over a decade and a half. And once your body is used to it, I can take a couple months off. And then 2 weeks, I'll be back in the gym and I'll be swole again. So for your average guy who hasn't built that muscle memory up, 10 pounds is a lot to put on, but not when you know what you're doing. So it's never bragging when it's the truth. I'm trying, bro. I'm just speaking truth. Nothing wrong with bourbon on the rocks. Yeah, I do mine neat, and I like Scotch, but I typically I like to drink Jameson. I'm looking at it right over there. I like to drink Jameson neat. I'm training in martial arts. Yep, do something, gents. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here, man. It's been 3.5 hours. We haven't had a 3.5 hour live stream in like months, bro. But thank you guys. Listen, what is 7 days from now? Today's the 20th, so the 27th. You know what though? I was gonna say, I may not do a live stream next Wednesday, but you know what? It's the 27th, man. Let's do it. Shout out to my great-great-grandmother, not my great-great-grandmother, my great-grandmother. The 27th of December would have been her. Oh, wow. The 27th of December would be her 110th birthday. So she lived to be 93 years old. And wow, she lived to be 93 and she'd be 110 right now. I can't believe that many years has passed since she passed away. That was my grandmother coming up. That's why I bring her up. Mama Maggie was the one. She kept our family together, man. And then as she started to deteriorate, it's almost like the family deteriorated too. She was a strong woman. She was. And nobody put up crap with her. She ruled with her iron fist. But that's the power of when a woman she took care of a lot of people. And I respect her strength. I do. But she also had the strength. That was the thing that kept the glue together in our family. And when she got older and started losing her senile, that was a very sad and hard time for us in our family, man. It really was. All right. Great night to all. Good night to all. That would have been cool. Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, y'all. Go watch TSG Reacts after this. Leave a comment down below. I'll answer y'all in a little bit. It's a little rough right now. I'll smooth it out. But right now, it's a new channel. The most important thing with a new channel is just getting videos out, right? Please go support over there. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And until next time, live your best life.